Hello everyone, welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have another Ocarina of Time Randomizer Standard Tournament Season 6 race. We are still in Winner's Bracket Round 1, and today we have Jaybone25 versus gsk8. Today on comms we have Sea Falcon and Splits Happen, and they'll be going over the stats page with you first, and they will both take it from here.
Hey ZSR, what's up? How's it going?
Hey guys, long time no see. How's it going?
Yeah.
Hey Bobby.
So, yeah. Hey Splits. So yeah. Taking a look at the stats here between Jay and gsk8. It looks like they've been together in a few races. No 1v1 matches, which is always interesting because you runners play a little bit different in those. But gsk8 has a 3-to-1 ratio advantage on Jay, at least in the races. But both of them are veterans of the game. Both of them have been around for a while. Jay, of course, is a good friend of both of us, and we know more about him than probably most people. G-Skated, honestly, because he's more of an E runner, and I'm normally not awake at the time during those weeklies. I'm not sure exactly how he plays, so I'm going to be interested to see what happens.
I mean, and he did really well in last tournament, based on the stats.
Yeah, was that 4 wins in a row to start before losing 2? And I mean, the 2 people that lost to, I mean, like, come on, so...
No shame in losing to those two runners.
No, that's so.
Unfortunately, Jay did go 0-2 last tournament, looking to get a better slate this time around, hopefully. But just like you said, I don't know a lot about G-Skate, so I am looking forward to seeing how these two match up.
Yeah. Or now that we've got their file screens up, looks like we have a Zora Sapphire start. We are starting with starting as child. We are starting with Sun Song, which is good. Because in season 6 the child spawn is still randomized, so we could end up literally anywhere. So that'll help with time of day.
Where do you think we're dropping?
Well, I'm always hoping you fall from the top of the waterfall in Zora's River, but because I laugh every time. But...
It's very unlikely, but that's always my bet when we start as child.
Yeah. All right. Looks like we're about to get started here, and cool.
Okay, G-Skate wins the tunic, even though I know you hate it.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let me slow down here for a second. So, Burning Cactus Serenade. I saw. What was the Shadow Pot was dead was one of the sometimes hints.
I saw the interesting
Icy Waters.
one,
Icy Waters, and yeah, the most important one, we have a 50 skull strength, and both runners immediately going to the guardhouse to get one.
I wonder why.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, with a stone start, there's a decent chance that Spirit's going to be a medallion, and we probably will want that, so... Oh boy.
Both runners going to Lon to get that song. Songs are way too important in this game.
Yeah, and
the sink.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as a child start there, I mean, sure, you could go adult right away, but I know at least Jay and I have the theory that you at least pick up the ranch song, and then kind of weigh your options from there. And yeah, it looks like that's what both are doing. Going to get Talon Chickens done, and then we'll see from there. I wonder. I imagine they might play Sun Song in the ranch after getting the song from Malin, just to get the extra skull because, well, of the hint. So, yeah, that was... that's, I don't know, as a runner, I feel like that's... In some ways, it's always a little jarring to read a hint like that immediately, but when it comes to skulls, if you're going to have something important on 50, the best time to see it is immediately.
Especially when it's 50. Because if
Yeah.
it's 30, you can wing it a little, but 50, you have to usually commit to getting them.
What? Malin, come on.
I mean, I want to say she tried.
come on. our child spawns there. The adult spawn is not randomized, and we get prelude. I mean, I mean, both these runners play on VC, so I guess I might save a little bit of time save quitting, but yeah, I think we could have used anything else this early.
I mean, Xenu, that has happened a lot. So hopefully, if that's the case, the runners go to Valley. But they might need to.
Do you ever...
If Spirit is a medallion, so...
I mean, do you ever get 50 skulls and then find the strength in the map chest and Spirit you could add the whole time? Nope, definitely didn't happen in a qual. Anyway, alright, it's a little bit of a different philosophy here. Alright, so we do have a routing split. gsk8 is walking out of the ranch to his child, so, this is... I'm gonna assume is Valley to Lake. Jay played Prelude, is going back to the market, is going to, at the very least, get child shooting here done, and then maybe we'll go adult.
I'm guessing he's also gonna do Richard with the Song start.
Yeah,
Because that's kind of weird to route otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go, Xenu. If there's a strength in Valley, gsk8 is getting it.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Just our container on child shooting. The only thing that kind of stinks for gsk8 is going this route with the 50 skulls is that if he like had a boomerang or a bottle, he could get a few extra skulls along the way, which would be nice. But I mean, there are other ones you can collect obviously to get to 50, but it would just make me feel a little bit better if I could like grab the one like the wall right here and the 2 soil patches.
Yeah, I can't wait for Mido's house to have a boomerang, a hook shot, and a bottle. Just the starter pack for skulls.
Right. Richard, $50. Valley Crate also $50. Yeah, I mean, I honestly, as a runner, I would not be annoyed if the game just handed all these skull collecting items immediately. So it would definitely prevent some backtracking potentially later. Right,
And nothing in Valley.
No. Well, let's see if the hint's important. Well, not really. Probably not, because when you probably need 50, 40 being dead doesn't really help.
But hey, they can get a bloopy.
Yeah, they can get $5 for. All right, Jay. What's our dungeon layout?
Jabu, Deku,
DC.
the Dongos, Shadow, Fire, and Water. No Spirit.
Oh, that might be worse. Now you really don't know.
So our stones are Spirit and Forest to Bobby's happiness.
Okay.
And sadness at the same time, because I know you like Spirit.
Well, I mean, for these runners, hopefully they maybe they won't have to get the 50 skulls. We did see just get a hint that the central pillar in water is a small key. So if we find gold scale and long shot, we can beat water without fighting irons. So I guess that's something. I could not honestly on his end see what was in the lake, however. So
I was just gonna ask you. I was like, I saw the green rupee that's in front of it, but I did not see any item.
I mean, the brief look I got at my brain, for some reason, thought I saw a bomb bag, but I think I was imagining that, honestly. So,
I mean, if it is, hopefully there's a scale nearby.
well, I mean, at the end of the day, I've always said this when it comes to peeking items while being on comms. Look, as long as the runner correctly saw what it was, it's fine.
If it's important, we will see it again.
Yes. Nothing on child fishing, however. So, yeah, we're gonna walk out and check the check open grotto.
Now, what do you think gsk8 is gonna do? Do you think he's going to play Prelude or head over to Kokiri from here?
Probably Kokiri.
I think it's a Kokiri Forest play.
Since he's walking out here, so I got a hint. Skullmask is dead. Look what, oh, there is a scale in the windmill. So there is an early scale. Oh, OT's Nocturne. We probably need that strength. And that strength.
Go.
Well,
So, get comfy, people. It's AD.
that was a combo. Hey, there's a useful song in the windmill, Zelda's Lullaby. So Jay will have that for the rest of his adult route here. Yeah, so the scale and the scale ZL strength, the first of things to actually show up in this particular seed, which doesn't really tell us anything because we have not we haven't seen a path hint yet, so we don't know exactly what to do with the items. I mean, we know we have to do pretty much everything, so
Hopefully this is not one of those seeds that you get every other hint, but you get like one path hint. Because those are really rough on the runner, because there is no clarity on what the routing should be.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so gsk8 has made his way to Kokiri Forest, and we have a mirror shield, which he just found out he needed a little bit ago. So definitely not bad to get that early. Jay saw I think that was a big Poe in the crate.
It looked like a big Poe.
So if it would, so something that he could hand in, if he could get the bottle, he could also hand that in and free that up and get some bugs, and also get the big project done quickly, as well as something to possibly remember for later. Which actually we know he can get beans right now, as a matter of fact. I, for some reason, just forgot literally a second ago he got a scale, so that's it. Have to see what he's thinking, but yeah.
Quite a loop to get it though.
Oh yeah, it is, and obviously we don't have, we're not gonna have Nocturne do warp to the graveyard, so there would be a little bit of hiking involved in actually getting a bean there in the first place.
Hopefully it's a where's the boomerang, and hopefully it's in a easy accessible location to do the trick to get it. Rather than do the loop to get a bean.
Yeah, I mean, for the sake of that 50 skull strength possibly being required, I hope the boomerang's in a pretty easy to get to place. gsk8 getting in Kokiri Force got the copy of the 50 paint, you know, in case you needed a reminder already.
Maybe he forgot. It happens. Not that one.
I feel like that's not a hint you would forget.
Vanilla boomerang would be the worst in a seed like this.
Yeah, I mean, as we're getting opponents from Composer Grave. Vanilla Boomerangs, oh, there's a wallet.
I know wallet.
But wallet and wallet plus that opponents means you can I don't know why I think about this too much. You can go buy bomb shoes. You know,
I wonder why.
In case explosives are really like buried and there wasn't like a bomb bag in the lake earlier, but
Yeah, I seem to recall the race for brackets that Allison was on, that the bomb bag was very, very late. So having that comfort to know that you can go buy bomb shoes, it's not horrible, I must say.
yeah, and anyone who's played just like Ocarina of Time would probably think, well, there's a lot of stuff that you need bombs for. How buried could a bomb bag be? Play the rando a few times. You'll probably find out pretty quick. Oh, there's a Song of Storms on Saria, so we have both songs for Bottom of the Well, and we finally have a path in it. Is Goron City, Path to Volvagia.
I mean, with that strength, no, I don't think gsk8. Oh, was it? I missed it. It was something Path to Deku.
Cac, Path to Goma, Boleros and Ice. So Zelda's Lullaby cannot be hinted on a path of anything. We did find that scale in Cac, however. So we know, and obviously that gives access to River and Domain's child, as well as whatever was in the bottom of the lake. So we'll have to see if that ends up coming into play, or if it's like chickens or like skulls or something that blocks it. Temple of Time is Path to Bongo. Well, that isn't Nocturne on Prelude, we know. So might be like another song that well, actually, Spirits of Stone. Maybe it's Requiem on Prelude, actually. I'm just speculating right now, sorry.
I mean, it could also be just an item on Lax.
True. It's just normally when I see the Temple of Time hit,
yeah.
Forest Medallion being Deku. Oh, there's the bomb bag. It's actually Spirit Zero, so never mind about that speech. But Big Pose is also hinted dead. But yeah, it could be either of those. Could be either of those things. The what is the two medallions for Burning Cac are or sorry, Burning later cutscene are fire and water. So if it is Lax, it's I assume probably a decently late item. But oh, nice condom there, Doors River. We're not gonna be picking that up. Oh,
and that hint that gsk8 just got is really good for Jay, since he's doing River as an adult. Because otherwise he could have orphaned Prox 1.
Yeah. Alright, and now Jay taking the scale from River over to the Lost Woods, and is going to Mido Skip and get our minuet check. And meanwhile, gsk8 finding the iron boots on Hot Rodder, which is interesting because it's, we just got a hint that Goron City was Path to Volvagia. So
Hammer
we're gonna have to go ahead.
Hammer in water, please. Let's go.
Wouldn't be
something like that. Or something like Icy Waters.
Well, we had Icy Waters hinted dead, right? That was one of the hints in the Temple of Time.
You're right.
So it could be Tech Grotto, it could be water. Also, could just not be Iron Boots, of course. That's one check out of many in Goron City. So, honestly, that bomb bag's pretty conveniently placed for just getting Hot Rodder. I know Hot Rodder has Hot Rodder can definitely cause some issues with routing if you aren't able to check it right away. And Jay, meanwhile, going all the way to SFM only to find Song of Time on Minuet. Also not one of the better songs at this point.
Yeah, it could have been better. Just a little bit.
And gsk8 with the bomb bag was able to check out Bombshoe Bowling. Nothing on it today. I can't tell y'all. I've been watching the. We didn't get a chance to see all the quals. I can't tell y'all how many seeds there were. That there were a bunch of bomb shoes available early, and yet Bombshoe Bowling had a required item, and you had to find a bomb bag anyway. So, maybe a bit of a relief for the runners that they were able to immediately check that. Jay's now made his way to, Might as well says the Dalton's gonna get the mirror shield.
Team never buy a shield. Oh wait, he already bought one.
No, we're gonna see the two runners swap ages now. Jay's probably going to at least up until like Lost Woods, probably going to be doing most of a lot of the same stuff that gsk8 did. Maybe not like Lake and Valley, but he'll get some of the stuff. He'll get the bomb bag. And gsk8 now that is adult, will be getting the adult Keck stuff that Jay did, and then we'll probably continue on up to DC and get that done.
Yep. Get his first medallion. It's always good. And let's be honest, DC usually has something, even though it's not for the immediate use, but it usually does have something.
Yeah. And then of course after that he can continue on up to Goron City as adult. Maybe you'll find like something that's maybe more likely path. Also, boomerang chest hinted dead, so we do not have a vanilla boomerang. That reminded me. One of the things I was gonna mention real quick is vanilla boomerang, especially in these in season 6, can be interesting. Because we have one of the the rules now is that you cannot move skip. So more often than not, actually, you can see runners go out of their way to hand in the letter. So, is that a bow in Tektite Grotto?
I think that's a bow.
All right, so the iron's potential path hint is getting spicier. Because the bow itself could have multiple interpretations. It could be Path Devolve. It could be Path Devolve because it's like an only available bow, and fire could be bow locked. It could be Path because the bow locks the hammer. You know, there's multiple things that could mean. I mean, if that is even potentially the path in the first place, of course.
Season 6 does not have eye straps.
No.
So
no.
if you see a bow, it is a bow. From a viewer perspective, I do remember in season 2, thinking about that was really fun. But also as a runner myself at the time, when I raced, I hated because sometimes you saw something like a strength upgrade on, I don't know, icy waters, and you route it in and after you get all the items, only to find out you are frozen as soon as you emerge from the water. So no.
Yeah.
And there's Jay's bomb bag.
Yeah, and yeah, and Jay's gonna have a couple different decisions he can make as child, because, well, yeah, obviously he has the scale from adult Cac, and he knows Cac is path to Queen Goma, so I wonder if he'll even find the bomb bag, maybe, especially knowing Serenade's on Burning Cac, if he'll follow that into Lake to check that spot, and maybe we'll see what's there potentially. And he's also about to get Song of Storms, and if you I can see him going to well, if only not just because of bombing the well, but because if you think you need 50 skulls, one of the best places to get skulls is Nightcac, especially early on in the seed. So I could definitely see that being a play. Also, yes, Jay actually plays the wrong note on the Ocarina minigame. Look, the Skull Kids are trying to help him by making him now play Song of Time. So,
I need to write that down to give him crap later on.
I mean, I wasn't gonna bring it up, and then it was mentioned in chat. So,
oh, I noticed, but I was just gonna let it slide for now.
Yeah. But yeah, exactly.
Palm, you're not wrong. You're gonna send him back to Dawn of the First Day in MM.
Yeah. All right. One other check, by the way, I forgot that Jay can do, because he has Zelda's Lullaby. He can also do the Goron pot here. So he'll be able to get an extra check in Path Goron City. So maybe perhaps there'll be something in there.
I think for an OTMM race, the randomizer needs to be a little more stable and with a little more quality of life improvements that both randomizers have. Because if not, well, Bobby, you can talk about it because you've actually played it.
Yeah,
but it's a little rough.
Yeah, I mean it is, but they're also updating it daily to like try and implement those improvements quickly as possible. So I think it'll get there. But yeah, playing it is a lot of fun though. We do see that Goron, the Goron pot did not have anything, so gsk8 not missing out on anything there. And as a matter of fact, he's made his way to Goron City as an adult, so we will get to see more of this place. Immediately going into the maze here, not even going to bother peeking the chest because, well, for one thing, probably wants the hint, and and in fact, there is a big chest here. Jay gets his iron boot. Oh, it's strength 2. Yeah, thanks, game.
Somewhat convenient to see a small chest then.
You. Also, that hint really should have just said "you are here." But well, I guess we're probably not grabbing 50 skulls in, right? It's not completely off the table, but it's definitely not something you're going after at this point. So,
I mean, it'll depend on when Jay actually goes to Open Grotto, because this will be his first.
that is true. So he's gonna see this,
and he's gonna continue because he might say, well, maybe Spirit is early in Logic.
Also for anyone watching in chat, what 30 skulls is okay. You need 30. You do need 30 though.
30 is hard required.
Okay, so Jay won't be punished for a little bit anyway on that then. Even
30
if he
is hovers.
Yep. So actually he does have a little bit of leeway then on getting to Open Grotto when it comes to skull collecting, because it's anything past 30 that would be potentially giving time to gsk8, but up until that point, it's something we gotta do. Although, speaking of interesting place for stuff, that hint was on Medigoron, and gsk8 went to go get the hint without the hammer, so and I know Jay doesn't normally do that. I wonder if maybe he'll think a little differently to see, because literally path hints don't exist.
Yeah, we've only seen 3, correct? Goron City Volvagia, Kakdeku, and Temple of Time Bongo, I think? Have we seen more?
No, I don't think we've seen... I don't think we've seen the other 2, so...
Wow, I'm actually paying attention to hints. I'm genuinely surprised. Okay.
I'm also not, like... Admittedly, I'm not 100% sure which of the hints, like, each runner individually has seen at this point. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure... I know they've both seen, the Goron City one, obviously, and I'm pretty sure they've both seen the Kak Bowman. I don't even remember where the Temple of Time Bongo hint was, though.
Well, there's another one. That's funny.
Zora's the main path to Baronade. Okay. You know, if Jay follows that scale from Kak, he might find that item by accident here in a minute. If you make that trip all the way there, you really hope it's letter.
Yeah.
Especially with where Serenade is in this seed. If you find Boomerang there, that's not gonna... I mean, sure, it might, you know... It would have helped with, like, the 50 skulls if it was still required, but as of right now, like... all it would do is just make you feel really bad, and you have to make an extra trip, and not exactly a short trip, at that matter, back to Zora's Domain later.
And also, that's where the Temple of Time path was.
Yeah, I saw Jay
Storm's Grotto and Kakiri.
Yeah. So now I'm pretty sure they both have the... They both have the 3 path hints, and now we have a new one, Zora's Domain Baronade.
It could be dense. On Lax, yes.
Yeah. Oh, got a big chest in DC.
Well, that is a big chest.
BGS? Not, Well, I mean, we haven't killed any bosses yet, so... That will save the maximum amount of time that it could.
Sadly, not on King Dodongo.
No. Unfortunately, that fight still takes 2 jump slashes no matter what. Also, GC, if he is going to be in an awkward spot here in a minute when he gets above the Dodongo eyes, if he doesn't get a bomb drop somewhere. Actually, wait, no, he got bomb shoes, didn't he?
Yes.
Never.
I believe he's got a pack.
Sorry, I remember like 5 seconds. I'm like, wait, I think Link the Goron actually gave him bomb shoes, so he's fine there.
Yeah, I don't think with 0 bombs, I don't think he can get a bomb drop unless it's like a small chest. From here on out, until after he bombs the ice. Could be wrong though.
Well, in the next room where the switch is.
With the
he could stun the Armos and kill him like with a nut, and then kill them with the sword. And Armos generally have a high chance of dropping bombs, from what I've noticed. So, and meanwhile, Jay. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go. No, go.
No, I was gonna say Jay has in fact made his way to Nightcat, as I guessed he might. So I think we're gonna see some skulls in the well here in a minute.
And another big boy.
We got eye drops. I don't believe we have an info on that yet, do we?
No, we don't.
Well, I mean, gsk8's in the right place to go run and hand those in real quick, though. So.
And he hasn't gone to Crater. Hopefully, I'm guessing he wants a hook shot. Or the hovers that he's not getting. In order to get this song.
Yeah, that's true. It always feels, it's always a little awkward, going into a Crater and not being able to get the song and orphaning that, especially since in this particular seed we know Bolera's in ice.
Yeah.
So you're not getting that anytime soon to warp there. Yeah, and with hovers even on 30, yeah. You're kind of just hoping for a hook shot at this point to just grab that. All right. Dompe is digging up. Din's fire.
Well, there's Dins.
All right.
So we know Temple of Time does not have Dins.
And we know it doesn't have hovers either.
Magic?
Could be magic on Lax, yeah. Fire and water don't require magic anywhere, so if the items for those places show up pretty quickly, yeah, I could see that.
And Jay showcasing one of the changes between Season 5 and Season 6. The Cuckoo count.
Yep.
Before we had 7, now we have 4.
Yep. So I feel with 4 instead of 7 more often than not if runners are in CAC during the day as child, they just end up doing this. So I mean, plus it's his hinted path to Queen Goman. The only thing he's found so far is a scale, which is very sketchy as a pass. So I totally get this. Alright, is chickens the answer? Sure is.
Chickens is the answer.
So there's our Pathagoma Kokiri sword.
So I don't know a lot about gsk8, but hopefully he is a runner who does chickens? Hopefully?
I do feel like with that path hint he probably will.
Hopefully he does, because if not, it's gonna be rough.
Because he'll see the because he'll get the scale, but we know he's already seen what's in the bottom of Lake Hylia, and whatever it was, it obviously wasn't. If it was something important, it was not related to that particular hint. So
yeah.
Also,
Also, 36 minutes. We have our first medallion.
yep, and we have our Jay with the well play and immediately finds a hook shot. So.
Yep, and there's a big one, ZL locked in the front as well. So.
Yep. So bottom of the well, very much required today. So even more of a reason for gsk8 to make his way over that direction as child at some point.
Correct.
But yeah, gsk8's gonna get the I actually just realized this is his first trip into adult cax, but yeah, he's gonna get
The scale now.
scale. Yeah, scale. He's gonna get ZL. But again, because he's been to Lake Hialeah, I'm pretty sure he already knows that's probably not it. So. Gonna probably clear the rest. He's probably gonna clear the rest of this out, and then I wouldn't be surprised if honestly he and Jay just kind of switch places. Oh, magic in the well.
Well, about Lax having magic, that's also gone.
So can we go back to my original idea?
Yeah,
prelude.
I think it's looking likely.
I mean, I guess it could. I guess because we don't have Minuet or Sarias either, so I suppose it could be like logical force access. Although, that would mean that one of them somehow locks the other. But yeah, But yeah, bottom of the well, one it looks like one of the places to be early in the seed. It's also, I don't know why, but it's also humorous to me that we know where a hookshot, bomb bag, Din's, magic, and hovers are all located at. So of course Nocturne has to be on AD.
Be fair.
you know where every shadow item is.
The randomizer balances itself, okay?
I guess to be fair, the more I think about it, though, I think we also know where every thing to do AD is located too. Well, presuming Requiem's where I think it is anyway. So I guess it's not that far away in theory. Okay, yeah, that was a big pro in the graveyard. Well, looks like Jay has not found anything else in the well at this point.
No, Bobby, not all seeds can be like that one seed I sent you the other day. Sorry. That one had like 5 items.
What? Why is bottom of the well path the yes? Yeah. I mean, you know what he got? You know what? For it having 2 items, he got 2 pretty good items. So.
I'm guessing this is money farming to do Bumpshy Bowling.
Maybe.
Yeah, okay.
I was actually gonna point out that Jay was in a slightly awkward spot, although I don't really think it could be helped with the way the seed was playing out, but the fact that he did all this stuff in Kokiri Forest as a child, went down the trail and then immediately got Kokiri Sword. Like I was honestly wondering if he was going to
yeah, now that you
mention
it,
to Deku.
Now that you mention it, I would have probably gone to Deku. and then done this like on my way back, but I guess the
Well-
time difference is negligible.
Well, okay. He is walking out of market, so this was not just to do bombshell building, so maybe.
I mean, Deku is the Forest Medallion,
Mhm.
and he knows that Deku, that Temple of Time is Path to Bongo. So
Yeah.
it would be very hard for me to comprehend that he doesn't do Deku now. I would be shocked.
Oh yeah, he's This is a backwalk back to Kokiri Forest. Although I do, I do wish that, even though obviously he's child right now, I do wish he would have like walked over and peeked the Tech Grotto real quick. Because I'm not. Maybe he's already got that planned out to do as an adult.
With opponents, I could see him going to the GTG area to Fortress. He peeks that. Hopefully, does open Grotto before heading over there.
Of course, I'm saying this. All this is probably after he takes the bomb bag back over to like DC, but and Jay does have the hook shot, so he'll be able to he would be able to actually get the Bolero song check on his first trip up. It's just if that's the only available bow, it's kind of in a weird place, and with the strength also being in path to Volgoron City, I don't know how much Jay's actually is like thinking about the Iron Boots at this point.
Probably not a lot. But if he heads over, like you said, after DC, he heads over. Well, no, because I don't think he would go Adult Lake without going Child Lake first, just to set up Scarecrow.
Yeah, so I'm glad I waited to see where Jay was going, because I had a thought in my head and he would have made me look incredibly wrong. But I thought he was walking out, going to Peak Tactic Grotto. I thought he was going to go Valley Lake and then dive into Zora's Domain from there. But the problem is, that hint he just read, that's the first time he's seen that hint.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't know that. So the route I had in mind only makes like sense if you knew that ahead of time, which I guess now that he knows it, maybe he'll think about that, but
yeah, he might go to Domain after Deku, and then pop into Lake from there. Is what I would expect. Ah, that item has a special place in my heart.
I don't think I don't think health is going to be much of a concern the rest of this seed.
No.
I mean, maybe you want. I mean, they do have a wall. They could buy the Goron Tank if it's a real problem. But I mean, most of the top runners usually once they get to about 5 hearts, once they got to end explosives, they'll just stop opening small chests.
Yeah, and it's not like they're going to fire immediately anyway, so they might get the tunic before that.
So gsk8 now back child is actually he's doing about exactly what I thought he might end up doing, which he is going to Nightcat, going to be grabbing a few skulls here. We'll get his Din's Fire. Hopefully we'll also do chickens and get the Kokiri Sword, and then do well and we'll get Hook Shot and Magic.
And another big boy here.
Oh, it's another bow. Okay. So Jay does not need to worry about Tektite Grotto. He doesn't know that, of course, but it also means if irons are actually Pathful Vagi, it's not for a bow because Fire's bow locked. Because now we know of 2 available bows.
Yeah, so now when he does DC, he's definitely doing Forest as well. On that loop.
Yeah. Here's gsk8 getting Din's Fire. Will be very happy that they made a trip over here. Probably gonna be even happier in a minute if he does chickens and then does well and sees the other 3 items that happen to be.
Play song. Play song.
Oh, please play song. Oh no. Okay, well he's getting to the Skull House. I assume. Hopefully he plays song out of it.
Yeah, Jay had an unfortunate mayhap with using his flame storage. I believe he used the Kokiri sword after setting it up, which eliminates it effectively.
Oh, did he? Okay, I didn't pay attention to what, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
It was either that or he didn't do it properly, but I'm gonna, based on the fact that he's a top runner, I'm gonna go with he probably used the Kokiri sword.
Yeah, so to explain that there's a couple of different setups you can use this to for ground jumps. One of them involves basically pulling your sword. And we do that as we find the boomerang here on Goma. So Rudo's letter is actually in domain. But yeah, if you pull out the sword for some reason, I'm not as sure the technical reason behind it, but it does cancel flame storage. So the setup you want to use is you want to I usually backflip and then dry roll forward a couple times into the bomb. If I'm trying to use flames, try to keep the flame storage, and that will allow you to use that still while ground jumping.
And gsk8 got the Kokiri sword, thankfully.
Yes, he did do that. Yep.
I was a little scared, just a little.
I saw. I saw as soon as he turned in the 10 skulls. He did play Sun Song well in the Skull House, so I was sure he was going to get that. And of course, now he's going to go into well and get hook shot in magic. Meanwhile, Jay, upon immediately getting that boomerang, having the Zor's domain hand is running straight there.
Toad, yes, it is possible. That would suck, but it is possible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's possible this is not just letter, but
one can hope.
Where are the 2 strengths we've seen? So one of them was in the Boulder Maze in Goron City. The other one that gsk8 has was in Open Ground and Hyrule Field, and we know the third one's on 50 Skulls. So we actually we have knowledge of all 30 strengths.
Not on Torch Run.
I mean,
Part of me really wants it to be on King Zor.
Oh, I know what chat was hoping for here. I assume Jay's gonna go back in a second. I think that's a Deku shield, by the way. My eyesight's great.
We are blind. To be fair, in your defense, it was night when gsk8 saw it.
That's true, and it was a darker colored item, so I guess bomb bag technically would make sense.
I don't know if they're the same color, but they're very similar, color-wise. Jay farming money for child fishing.
Yeah, he didn't even have enough money to do the diving mini game, so he just decided to come out here first and was probably honestly hoping that maybe that spot had money, but unfortunately it did not. So gonna come out here, gonna do child fishing, and then going to have to have to farm even more money.
Yeah, I mean, the alternative is worse, so it is what it is, unfortunately.
I mean,
I do believe this gives out a bloopy, if I recall correctly.
actually, it's kind of funny. One of the slight, I guess we will, quirks that happen with the difference in writing between the two. Jay, because Jay went adult earlier, he got that gold rupee in the graveyard by playing Sun Song without the wallet. gsk8 got it with the wallet, so that's why he has a full wallet. Basically.
Never mind. I saw it wrong.
So it's like it's one of those like really weird random things that causes a 200 rupee difference.
I would agree that Chad is winning 100%. Especially because I have no idea who's in the lead right now. I think we will have a better view of that situation in like 20 minutes.
So,
give or take.
So I think. So I normally I would say gsk8 has the advantage because he has the other strength that's not on 50 skulls. However, we know because hovers are on 30. As long as Jay doesn't find that strength before or at 30 skulls and doesn't start collecting a bunch more, it won't hurt him.
Do you know how many skulls he's got right now? Approximately?
Jay, I
haven't been checking. To be completely honest.
No, I honestly I don't know. I mean,
he's got
at least 10 by now, right? I would think.
I would assume. Yeah, gsk8 has 15.
Yeah, I saw that.
But the thing with Jay is he's doing DC, he's doing Forest, maybe potentially Jabu if he gets a letter right here.
Yeah,
So
he's gonna have a lot of opportunities to get skulls.
okay, so he's got like 11 or 12, just like
Okay.
you said, close to 10.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, Rang was on Goma. gsk8 will be collecting that as soon as he gets done with Deku, or which course he's heading.
And he's got the hint, the domain, and he's gonna get it again.
Yeah. So gsk8 will go to Child Domain right after this.
Survey says.
No, it
Ooh.
is. It might be Paradox Letter. Actually, it probably is Paradox Letter because that's kind of.
Yeah. Well, now where's the wallet then? We need another one.
I was gonna say I don't know. The game didn't hint that one. So remember when I was talking earlier about not being able to weave skip?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where it hurts. you would at this point you would just do that, get blue fire, save quit like out of ice, run back to domain and get your letter probably.
And you were right with Requiem.
Yep.
And also, it's especially painful for Jay since he was the one who discovered Weep Skip.
by by pure accident. I was there that night, and I still don't understand how this man did that. But but yeah. So what was it? What was the question earlier about who's winning? We said chat. Chat's definitely winning now. That is quite the.
I don't know what that is.
That is. I'm pretty sure. Okay, I'm pretty sure that actually is a bomb bag or the other wallet. Actually, it looked round. Oh, Jay's making it daytime. He doesn't even trust.
Yeah, he's like, I need to see this properly.
All right, look at it
what
again.
is
Look at it
that?
again. No,
It's
that's
magic.
No, that's double magic. Never mind.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's also something that looks like that from far away. So.
Yeah, and at night there are no colors, so.
And there's Minuet. So there's our forest axis. Well, actually.
Yep, that means that Crater has Sarius.
But,
what is this mirror shield?
all right, who got a hold of the random color picker today? It was like, yeah, okay, we'll give a little bit of I don't even know what those colors are.
No. I also don't want to know what those colors are.
No, I'll pass.
I was gonna say, like, gsk8's mirror shield looks somewhat, like, elegant, and then there's this. Let's just call it abstract art.
All right.
On Minuet, we got Song of Time.
Yep. And speaking of Minuet, wait. Wait, Jay, you have to. Jay, just do forced.
Does he want to do? No, he already did Wolfos Rana. Jay.
Oh wait, Jay doesn't know Nocturne's OT. Never mind. That was in fucking field. I think it was, or
you're right.
Yeah, it was next to the strength.
You're right.
He doesn't. God. Right.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. At least he can return quickly with Minuet now.
Okay, now now is another reason I hope he gets that grotto quickly.
I mean, so he's gonna do DC, and I honestly think going south with opponents is his best play. So I don't think it's gonna hurt him that much, but a little bit. A little time loss, I guess.
Like, I mean, I knew he didn't have the 30 skull hint because the only one we've seen is on Medigoron, which maybe he'll get that in a second, but
most people get that one with hammer, so I'm not sure.
I mean, yeah, although we don't have
the NA aim.
Yeah, that was something.
gsk8 gets the boomerang.
And now probably thinking in a second. So yeah, man, I'm gonna be able to go to domain. I'm gonna be able to do job boot, and is going to find out some interesting news.
He's gonna be very disappointed. So that's 12 for Jay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was waiting too, so I could get an accurate count of where it was at with that. Alright, he's gonna pick up Sari's here. Yeah, and Jay did not grab the Medigorn hint, so hopefully the 30 skull hint.
It's right here.
right here,
Hopefully.
or maybe you'll check the crater wall, or
No.
let's see there. It does find a slingshot, hooray! Which I guess to be fair, it does kind of make sense that there's a slingshot available. There's a boomerang on Goma, and it locks Requiem. And we know, yeah, we know we already have access to everything you would ever need for AD at this point. Also, Jay, I have some bad news.
Yeah. Bye.
No, that's no.
I was too far away, my dude.
No, yeah. Well, that's
And he puts on the
no,
iron.
don't put on the iron
face.
boots. That's gonna make the second try worse. Oh god, I was like, wait, is he, I was wondering, like, was he gonna even bother going back up? But I guess there is the ferry up here, so.
And another shot for the 30
hint.
skulls hint to show up.
Yeah, no, he didn't go for the the cracked wall hint. So, I mean, mind you, with the timer, I get it, but hopefully it's not just sitting there.
Oh, was it a frog hint? Okay, I definitely missed that. Well, that's the last path.
Graveyard of Morpha, huh? So, obviously they could be Din's Fire.
Or Opponus. I think Opponus was on Composer's Grave.
So if it's Din's Fire, obviously could be long shots just straight up in Shadow, or could be in Spirit if it has to do with like Spirit Key Logic or something. If it's Epona, you want to look at the Fortress GTG area for long shot. It would be, although I will say it would actually be really funny. Hey, everyone hear me out for a second. This is one time where if that Morpha hint pointed at Tunic Logic, it might not be bait if it actually leaves the other wallet, with what we know.
Oh, you're right.
Like, that could be the one time where that is actually potentially helpful. If it doesn't point at long shot. So, something else to keep in mind.
I didn't think about that, but yeah. But you know, it's if it's Tunic Logic, it's literally going to point towards a Zora Tunic and not the other wallet. Let's be honest.
Because
this game is not that nice.
Yeah, because we know from a hint that Central Pillar in Water has a small key, so there definitely could be some Tunic Logic going on in that dungeon.
So where is gsk8 going as an adult now?
Well, gsk8
to do forest.
Well, gsk8 has the AD hint, and he's going to get Requiem here in a second. So I think he's got 2 dungeons worth of progression coming up. I imagine I'm assuming he's gonna do. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm assuming he's gonna do Spirit first because Minuet was out there, so going to play Requiem first. Gonna pick that up and then probably just
hopefully he doesn't get. Hopefully he doesn't get child locked.
No, that'd be a little annoying. But then again, with where Requiem was at that point, what can you do about that?
Yeah, unless he like got it and immediately went child again.
There's yeah, there's just getting mini wet, so he sees the double magic on the arch. Both I believe, and I don't entirely trust my eyes when watching smaller screens in this, but I don't believe there was a big chest on the silver gauntlet's hand. Seeing both runners look up at it, so
I missed it when Jay picked it, but from gsk8's perspective, it looked like nothing, which I'm gonna go with it small.
Now, as a runner here, though, you do want to pay attention when you walk out to the mirror switch chest, if that's a small key, though. Because that would mean AD is also long shot locked. So, at that point, the Graveyard Pathomorpha hint might swing more towards Epona. Alright. Alright, is gsk8 child locked in spirit? Not immediately. We can keep going. Meanwhile, Jay getting the eye drops in DC, which we now know that is dead. I don't remember if I actually acknowledged the big Oron hint earlier, but we did see it.
I don't think we have gotten the hint.
Oh, no, we did. It was a piece of art. I'm pretty sure I saw it somewhere. Check and confirm for you that yes, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright. So honestly, while Jay's doing this, finishing up the CC, I've got all eyes on this Spirit Temple. Here to see if anything pops up. Spirit with 14 unique items, a very good place to just look for stuff. But also with all the logical requirements, it can be a mess sometimes. But with the exception of Longshot, we kind of have all those already. So.
Yeah, because usually the one that's problematic is the fire source and the magic, but that's covered today.
Oh, although apparently it wasn't important for that particular check.
There's always sunblock, right?
Oh yeah.
Which, at least in my experience, more often than not, it's just a key.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've gotten into I've honestly gotten into a habit more recently of when going through Spirit of just running by sunblock room and waiting for the game to tell me whether or not it's actually a key for doing it. Cause it is really annoying to go, especially if you know the Silver Gauntlet chest is dead. It's annoying to go in that room, one check, and then pull the block and walk out, and that's with fast block pushing. So, it looks like gsk8 feels the same way as he's skipping sunblock for now.
And it's interesting that he's doing this because he doesn't have the information on what's on Child's side. but I can't
Well-
really blame him.
Well, yeah, that's also true. That yeah, he doesn't.
He doesn't know because basically there are no key requirements for the child items, so he will never truly know. Only based on what he's seen as an adult.
Jay is done with DC and has his fire.
So we are tied up in dungeons again.
Yeah, that second strength where gsk8 found it paired with the AD hint definitely I would say definitely is giving him the advantage at this point.
The saving grace for Jay would be that he heads over to the Fortress GTG area sooner rather than later, in which case he would get it and would be able to go to Spirit as well.
Yeah, because the problem is those just tuning in later. We know the seed's AD for Nocturne, and we know there's a strength on 50 skulls, but there's also one one in the open ground in Hyrule Field, which gsk8 got earlier. Jay did not. But the strength and the OT hint are in the they're in the same grotto.
Correct.
And that's a sort of problem for Jay, because one of the easier ways you would get open grotto is by playing Serenade. Problem is Serenade's behind is locked behind Shadow, which is locked by AD. And one of the items you well, I mean, you don't need that strength because we know it's 150, but one of the ones you would like to get to speed this up for AD is in that grotto. So Jay's best chance to get it is if he took Epona, cleared out field, and then went to Fortress and GTG, which, to be fair, I think I'm just repeating what you said a second ago, but...
But thinking about what his options are, I don't think he's got many. So I like the odds of that happening.
Well, especially if he doesn't want to just do Stone Forest without knowing.
I don't think he would
Wait, actually, hold on, I just realized something.
What?
Jay's missing Bolero, Serenade, and Nocturne, and knows where Bolero and Serenade are, right?
Yes.
So no, Jay knows Nocturne's on AD, right? Yeah, because he's playing Minuet now.
He has to know that.
So
I didn't think about that.
I actually realized the moment he picked up Saras, he actually knew that without the hint. Although he's still not going into Forest for some reason. God, that might be maybe it's slipping his mind though. That's what's going on. I thought for sure he had realized it, and that's where he was going.
Does he have all the hints? Does he have the ice hint, for example?
Oh crap!
I'm pretty sure he's got the other ones.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's got the ice one.
I don't. Where was the Bolero and ice hint? If anyone remembers, because I don't actually.
I don't remember.
I swear that was here in SFM actually.
I mean, I think he read it then. When he did it as... Well, he did SFM as an adult first. Oh, maybe he just wanted this skull.
Oh, okay. Alright. No, fair enough.
Okay.
So, no...
Price is adverted.
No, he has realized.
We still need him to find the 30 skulls hint, though. So he stops collecting skulls after 30. Because that's also going to give him the strength.
Right. Yeah, so there is that, but let's see what's sorry, I want to get quick hang. Okay, so Jay's up to 20 now. So he's getting closer and closer to that point where
the threshold,
the threshold where he needs the hand.
And I completely did not look through gsk8's feed, but I don't think he got anything other than access to Twin Roba in Spirit.
No, he got No, the boss key was vanilla. I saw that. That's about the only thing I saw that was interesting. Yeah. He went in and out of when he went out to the mirror shield chest. He went in and out of there so quickly. Couldn't even see if Spirit was actually long shot lock. So
yeah, I just saw that the mirror shield chest was small, but I didn't see.
Also, I want to address it in chat. C Square asking, domain has letter. Probably, but it also, we believe it's a paradox letter on King Zora because the torch run and the dive minigame were nothing. Both runners have checked that already. So we believe we know we're looking for the other wallet to get whatever that path hint is. What was Twin River doing to gsk8 there for a second? Jesus.
I think the correct word you're looking for is abuse.
Come on, come on, Twin River, Jesus. There's a race going on right now. We don't need this nonsense.
And since adult Link is actually 17, I'm sure we can say it's child abuse.
I'm not thinking about that too much, but anyway, he did get through the first phase finally, so.
And with BGS, this is very free.
Yeah, this is just over. So,
now I want cheesecake. Damn it.
I didn't think about that.
I never thought about it, but
they
now
they
I can't
sound
unsee
similar. They definitely sound similar, yes.
Now I can't unsee it. Cheesecake. That is Cheesecake's second stone, and he can go straight to Forest and get Nocturne.
Yep. There's a second slingshot in Forest. Nothing terribly important, but
and assuming he can get the extra 5 skulls other than the 5 in Forest, he can also go to Shadow afterwards.
Yeah, so gsk8 right now it's something that happens a bit, honestly happens a bit in ADCs, but he's in one of those positions right now. It's just going from dungeon to dungeon, and then kind of hoping that one of those dungeons has something that lets you clear the next one, and so on until, you know, you're in go mode. gsk8 just got skull number 22, so when he gets out of force, he'll have 26, so he'll need 4 more after that point, which getting that and then getting Nocturne out, that shouldn't be too difficult.
Assuming he's gonna get the 1 in Cookie Forest, because all he needs to do is play Song Song. And then 3 shouldn't be that hard to get.
Yep, so, we have a, we have a double force, unfortunately. Figured it's probably gonna happen at some point during the seed, because of the AD, but,
So, chat, this is a perfect time to go get yourself a drink. Stay hydrated, get a snack, and so that you can withstand the rest of the seed. Because let's be honest, Forest never has anything except for the basement. The basement always has something. So you have time.
Yeah, and I guess while we're going through, and I guess while going through Forest, if I could give a if I could do the give a quick shout out to our Restreamer Baseball and our Vela and Lazy, our trackers today, who are helping make this restream happen. Appreciate y'all.
And keeping us in check with knowing what the runners have done.
yes, that too. That's also important because we commentate, we just talk. Half the time I don't know what's going on both screens, so
the real superheroes.
especially in here, I already zoned out one, so.
I mean, I definitely zoned out because I did not see when Jay got that slingshot, and I'm sure he got it.
Oh, he did. I mentioned it for like 0.5 seconds and then moved on, but yeah, we got a.
I was like, based on that location, he definitely got it, and like I did not see it. Also, Bobby, I'm scared that mirror shield is growing on me.
You know, I saw some folks in chat said they actually really liked it.
It is growing on me. I'm scared.
I don't know. I've seen anything and everything that comes with that combination of mirror shield, and by that I mean I only roll watermelon colored mirror shields, but
I had a Halloween one that was very creepy. I do remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lacey, I think you're right. It's not as bad.
No, I don't. Honestly, I don't think so much as Jade's curse, but I think what you've said about gsk8, it's sure like the purple frame looks really nice on.
Yeah, it looks like classy. But I'm guessing it's because we are so used to the experimental colors on Romans.
Yeah.
That it does not appear that gsk8 uses it. Based on the fact that like the bow is normal colored.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've seen his boomerang though. Could be wrong.
And Jay's now at the point of force symbol where I'm always like man, part of me is like always, you know, thinks like, well, oh man, this is I'm almost there, not that far to go, and I remember, well, yeah, except there's actually technically like almost 5 minutes left to this stupid place.
Yeah, you're like, are we done yet? Are we there yet? I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. But it's okay, Bobby. This is your favorite place. We all know it. Especially when your best friend has the long shot.
I'm pretty sure he's not gonna have it today, by the way.
No, he's not, but you know, one can dream.
Pretty sure we have a hint that says it's definitely not here, so, but... I honestly, I'm probably one of the few, because I know a lot of top runners, like, talk about how, like, oh, Force feels so great to do as far as execution-wise. But even with that in mind, my brain just falls asleep.
Well, the problem is, yes, it's if you are very good at execution, there's a lot of like time saves that you can get. However, it's still just long, and you have to do everything. It's
Yeah.
not a dungeon like, I don't know, Fire, where you can like cut it short sometimes, or even spare it. This is like Shadow, and even Shadow you can sometimes skip the end.
Mm-hmm.
This one you just can't because of the pose.
Oh, we do have a big chest in the checkerboard room. We have Jay running into the chest and getting squished by the ceiling.
You was
and
again.
Twice.
He was like, Chad, you didn't see this properly, so I'm gonna do it again. Dead. And
Floor's one.
okay.
All right.
We don't have lights, and we haven't done shadow, which are like the two main uses, I suppose, for this. Or even shadow water.
Yeah,
You
we can
set it up in Morpha's entrance.
Yeah, we can.
If you have one, Sean.
Yeah, we can definitely we could definitely get use out of Floor's Wind. It's not, it wasn't found like at the very end of the seed or.
So are you saying that you don't appreciate it in Ganon's castle after the hint tells you that it's inside my castle? Because that's always great.
No, not particularly thrilled with that usually.
Yes, Bloody Hunter. It is AD.
Yep.
You have Nocturne on Ocarina of Time. And I will say, for an AD seed, it gave us the items for the stones particularly early, which is interesting based on the fact that, like you said, Bobby, the item requirement for like Spirit is not a short list.
Yeah, I mean, we found for example, we found the mirror shield in Mida's house. The mirror shield could have just been sitting on any random stupid check, so.
And then one strength was sphere 0, one was sphere 1. If I recall correctly. I think that's correct.
Yeah, and if we're being honest, getting the 51's obviously not desirable. But also where the items are, the 51's not buried in logic either.
No.
So, a lot of the seed really did give you all the 80 items. I mean, there was even 2 available bows. The hook shot and the hook shot and the magic being in the well pretty easily accessible.
See, the basement always has something.
There's a big chest in the basement of Forest again. I've never seen that before.
Never mind.
Fire swords. Yeah, we don't really care about that one anymore.
You're usually somewhat excited to get a fire source, and then you get it after dance, and you're like, yeah, whatever.
I mean, Splits, we like to joke around. Forest is trying, sort of.
Is it really?
It's not succeeding though. It's not succeeding very well.
It's like it got to the item placement lottery, but then it was like cheap and didn't pay enough to get items.
I'd make it. It's like it's like it entered like the actual lottery to try to win millions of dollars, and instead it won like $5 on a scratch off or something.
Yeah. Or like, I want to win the lottery. I want to win the lottery. Have you tried purchasing a ticket?
Ticket. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's trying its best, I guess. We shouldn't bully Forest Temple. You're right. I feel bad now. Not really. But finally, one runner will be out of Forest.
What is it? What is this force, by the way? 2 of the 3 elemental arrows were in here.
And not the one that we want.
No, we didn't. No, that was the least desirable of the 3. All right. So I'm very intrigued where Jay is going to be headed now. I mean, obviously he's grabbing the skull here in Kokiri Forest, but
I think he heads out, calls opponents, and goes south. At this point. And it's perfect that he does this.
although he's playing, maybe he's going out from market, because no, he's going child.
Child spirit.
Child spirit. Okay.
He's also got Sarius, so he could be child cleanup.
Okay.
I guess. I mean, I get it.
Now, to be fair, Splits, what we know from Jade, this is not necessarily unprecedented, because how many times have he and I talked about how much it sucks to check field?
Yes.
So
I am very aware of that conversation when I played multi-world with you guys.
So I'm not like I can't say I'm that surprised, but my thought was like maybe he would take opponent to field and go maybe like he'd be thinking GTG.
Well, the problem with GTG is he definitely knows the how to do Naked Wasteland. He could just play Requiem and like go from the back, which would be really bad for him.
True, and with the fire sources, that would be an option because he'd be getting Wasteland chests along the way.
Correct.
Which I know that's another one of Jay's philosophies, is most of the time when he goes to GTG, he tries to go whatever direction he hasn't done checks in, but right now that's both of them.
Yeah, I think the one plus over going from the front is the fact that he hasn't done checks around it. However, that also means that it'll take longer for him to get to GTG if he decides to go that route, because without Serenade, he would also need to do Adult Lake. Potentially even, well, he could dip like open water and leave for Forest there even.
Yeah, that's what I would do in that situation, actually. Because you know it's well in Jay's mind, he doesn't know how long it is until he's actually going to get Serenade. He probably thinks right now the answer to that question is when I get all these skulls for that strength, and then once I find hovers, which by getting all the skulls he would find the hovers, of course, but so he probably thinks it's a little bit before that point comes, so putting FW in water wouldn't necessarily like.
Oh no, gsk8. The look on his face. Oh no.
You know what though?
What?
You know, I admire anybody that can quick spin well enough to knock like stuff back at like get Phantom Ganon again in the Dortho, because I cannot do that.
So I remember when I started playing, I saw Marco do it. And I was like, oh, this shouldn't be that hard. Yeah, about that. I never tried again.
Another great application of the quick spin too is on Bongo. You can stun lock him and basically one cycle him.
See, that one I can do. I actually, if I don't have BGS, I will do that every time. And I usually get it about 90% of the times. But I can't do the one for Phantom Ganon or dwarf.
Yeah. So, Jay's kind of doing the thing we feared if he didn't get that strength soon. He's in Child Ranch back in Ranch the Child getting the skulls of the boomerang. Which is definitely something you would do if you thought you needed 50.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I mean, he hasn't, and he's 2 skulls away from hitting that 30 mark, that threshold.
Meanwhile, gsk8 is getting Nocturne. And I'm guessing immediately going back adult.
Yeah, he's probably going to go adult and immediately play that Nocturne and go pick up his hover boots.
This could be a Valley Lake play though. Never mind.
No, that's no, this looks like Are we going back to CAC?
Oh, to turn in the skulls? Maybe.
So he's going to Jay's gonna pick up the hovers.
Yeah.
Which would be great, except that because he doesn't know about the other strength, the skulls are just gonna still keep happening.
So heaps. The strength that both runners have was located in the Goron City maze. And the strength that gsk8 has that Jay doesn't is in Open Grotto. And Open Grotto also has a hint that the 30 was hovers.
Well, I think Open Grotto's where the OT hint it was.
Oh, yeah,
the
OT.
The 30's on Medigoron.
You are 100% right. Yes, my bad.
But Jay getting at this point, because Jay has basically was going to get 30 by going for 50. The more important thing that he needed to get, honestly, at this point was the strength. So anyway, gsk8, is that number 30? Oh, 27, okay. He'll get 30 in this area, though. He's also... gsk8's also... He's also grabbing the big po... He's also grabbing the big po bottle, which is actually interesting, because I didn't point this out before. You kind of need another bottle to thaw out King Zoro. I believe that's the only bottle we've seen.
Yes, I think it is.
So definitely a good option to pick that one up. So you have that with you. We're gonna have to obviously get rid of the big po. And Jay just got the hovers and is probably.
He's like, what?
What? He's like, what? That's not what's supposed to be in here. Do I need to step aside for a minute? By the way, do I need to let do I need to let this couple settle some issues? I'm sorry. Anyway. Okay. Well, Jay also thought of that with the bottle because he's going to pick it up with the boomerang. So.
Oh, that's just us playing co-op. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
That's couples therapy. We also tried it with multi-world. Yeah, we shouldn't do it with a third person involved.
Sorry. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna let you explain what's being referenced here, but
yeah. Basically, every time there's something to be played in teams, I play with heaps. That's the story behind it.
So Zeno, Jay's starting to get more and more screwed, honestly, because of Open Grotto, because he's now past that 30 skull threshold. Mm-hmm. And basically, gsk8 has an entire spirit temple. on him at this point. Because
Yeah,
of
and
its
meanwhile
health.
he's just looping around areas that
Mm-hmm.
gsk8 will never go through again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would definitely give him the edge, but it's so far-fetched. Light arrows behind strength 3. We've seen a lot in this game, but I don't like the odds of that happening.
I mean, we still have a decent chunk of this game that's not checked yet, so I mean, the odds might go higher and higher. Nice third bow, by the way. The odds of lighters might being like strength 3 locked might go higher and higher. Oh, now Pirate Chat brings a good point. Oh, now to be fair, Hammer and OGC actually could happen because one of the strengths was in a path location, and they're not locking.
You're not wrong. That is correct.
But the thing is, gsk8 will do shadow, and if it's not there, he might start thinking about that.
And let's be honest, gsk8 is not going to stop collecting skulls, but he's not going to go out of his way to get.
Oh no, there's
never
Hammer.
Mind.
There's Hammer. That's
Never
why
mind.
it's Path Evolve. Okay, it's just stupidly direct path hint. They're just.
I mean that helps Jay a little bit.
There's just two other. There just happens to be two other items in Goron City.
Pyra, if you suck, where does that leave me? That's all I'm gonna say.
No, and to be fair, that is Durania's Joy is definitely not like something that's in the way. gsk8's gonna have to like. He's probably gonna end up following the other two items.
No, and in his mind, it's already covered. Because he got that strength. And the iron boots. So he might just wait for long shot to go to water, for example. Or like dip water before going back for Darunius.
I mean, I'll be honest, with like the way these path hints, like with the way that looks, splits. I probably would have. I probably would check water for Hammer, or would have thought to do that already at this point with.
Yeah, I think the lack of Serenade has hindered a little that idea, but
that is true.
Again, after gsk8 finishes Shadow, I will say once again, his best play is to go to the Fortress GTG area. I want to say, if he doesn't find anything here.
Yeah, there's there's so many different like different possibilities for like what each runner could do based on what they have at this point. But yeah, seemingly, especially if you're in gsk8's point place after you clear Shadow, you just kind of go for density and hope for the best.
Because I don't think there's any more guidance that the path hints are giving him at this point. Other than there is something on King Zora.
Right, which we can't do anything about, of course, at this point. Plus GTG's a plus if Longshot's not actually in Shadow, then GTG's obviously a pretty good play because going back to our graveyard path of Morpha, their opponents was one of the things there, so
correct.
So it would be a reasonable play to follow the horse at that stage.
And again with the cheesecake talk, I'm hungry now. I don't have cheesecake. Don't make me go out after this race to get some, okay? Afterlife, you're not helping.
Man, apparently everybody wants cheesecake.
Hey, cheesecake is good. Goovy, you're definitely not helping. Is Jake climbing? Oh, yeah, because he doesn't have strength too. Duh. Okay.
Yeah, he's probably even though he knows her strength is, he might be doing this to get a couple of extra skulls at a spirit. And plus, maybe thinks he's gonna pull the third one here, which we know, unlike that qual I referenced earlier, it is in fact not here today.
No, because usually what's in Spirit is Strength 3. And we know Strength 3 is not in Spirit today. Although, yeah, 50 skulls has to be 3 anyways. Because the other ones were too early.
And meanwhile, as you pointed out, gsk8 just got that skull that was along the way there in shadow. So no, he's not completely stopping.
No, he might get, I think he might get 3. I don't think he's going to get the one next to the boat. Because that takes a little to get it without the long shot. And he's not going to get the one in the back because he's not going to go into that extra room. But the other 3 are like very free.
Yeah, fair. So.
Oh, no, isn't Shadow Pot dead?
Oh yeah, Shadow Pot is dead. So no, he won't he won't go into that room.
So he's going to get the 2.
I think it's dead, right? I don't think it was hinted a small key.
I am pretty sure it's dead. But
So, yeah,
I am not the best with sometimes hints, clearly.
But yeah, so that skull that gsk8 just picked up, that might be the last one that he actually
Correct.
picks up in shadow. So I know sometimes I'll go to the, like, if you have to go to the back of shadow, I'll go to that other room to get the skull, but most of the time that's when I know that the skull count I'm going for is actually required, like 100%, whereas this one obviously.
Yeah, usually by the time you have like 30, 35, you already have everything mapped out. Assuming that the items allow you to do that. So that makes sense.
Also,
yep, there's gsk8 skipping Shadow Pod.
Yep, and gsk8 skip a sunblock room. Obviously, he hasn't done Child Spirit, so he doesn't know it, but that was 100% correct because sunblock was just a key.
It's like we've played this game before. Yeah, baseball. Clearly it's not me playing because I completely forget all the sometimes hints.
I mean, I know a lot of times myself, I get like the Shadow Pot hint was outside the Temple of Time.
Yes.
When you get that right away and just mark it as dead, you just don't think about the rest of the scene, so. And especially, you know, we got the hint, it's an hour 50 later, and now we're actually in shadow. Also, speaking of shadow splits, I believe we have another classic here. I believe we have a go modable shadow not in go mode.
I mean, yeah, because when it's your last dungeon, that never happens. Oh boy.
Cool.
Oh boy.
That Dins and Graveyard Path's not for that, right?
It might be.
that definitely can qualify, so. Though I will say, though, if that is path, that means that Zora Tunic locks the other wallet somehow.
I mean, you go to water.
Yeah,
You
which
have
would
to
tell
go to
you,
water at
which
that
would
point.
tell you where the other wallet is. So it's again, it's technically not useless information if it helps you track down.
Yeah, it's probably
the wallet.
like left side water at that point due
Right.
to key logic, most likely, or boss key chest.
Right. Yeah, and we know and for anyone who Tinglate chat, we know water central pillar is a small key, so not for the boss key itself, but definitely there's a lot of logic that could be coming into play.
Oh my god, wallet on lax would be amazing.
I mean, the wallet could definitely be on.
Kind of bad for gsk8 though, if that's the case.
Well, yeah, because fire is one of those medallions, so the hammer would be something he needs to track down, and we know that's on Darunia, which for him and Childgorn City's kind of orphaned for him at this moment.
I don't see gsk8 going for Darunia and Skullkid at that point, even though we know Skullkid has nothing anytime soon. Saria's was on the crater.
Yeah, yeah. The reason gsk8 doesn't have that song is because when he went that direction, he hadn't done bottom of the well yet, so he didn't have the hook shot to get the song from Crater at that point, and he obviously hasn't gone back there yet because he's probably patiently waiting for the hammer to show up before he heads toward fire again.
And he's in for a rude awakening, unfortunately. And it's not like he has Bolero, so he can just get the song.
No, unfortunately, Bolero's an ice behind the
letter.
the presumed paradox letter that and speaking of by the way, speaking of fire, we're going to be seeing that out of Jay here in a moment.
I believe it's 2 backflips to get it.
Yeah, there we go. Now he's in the right.
I don't do the roll forward. I just do 2 backflips. But that works. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's the two backflips and a jar roll forward is what I do. So I know for a fact that does work, and it's just tricky to aim the hook shot in the exact right spot to pull the token deal, and you can't see the token, so.
No. So this settings have all locations reachable. So it is impossible to have items that you should be able to get all the items regardless whether they are required or not.
Yep.
Well, the hammer gave Jay a little breathing room, but he needs to stop collecting
40
skulls.
Yeah, but Jay's at 40 skulls now. He's already the threshold. He's already gone well over the threshold. So I think we're entering territory of he's getting the strength on 50 skulls before he ever sees the other one.
I mean, okay, so I'm guessing he's going to go fire from here. I don't think there's anything else. So in fire, he's going to get the basement. He's going to get Song of Time.
Right.
And the other ones, it depends on...
He'll...
well, he can't get the 2 in Scarecrow.
Yeah, he
doesn't have
Pierre right now, right? So...
So I think that's it. I don't see him getting 50 before heading over south. He's gonna be pissed that he's gonna have like 46 when he gets it, or like 47. But it is what it is. And here's the water play that we mentioned.
Yeah, gsk8's going into water, which again
makes sense.
Yeah, he's maybe looking for more info on the Graveyard Path, and now that he's actually found the Zorogenic behind Inns, for one thing. And the other thing is, since gsk8 hasn't done Darunia, for all he knows, the Goron City path to Volve is in fact Iron Boots, and Hammer's in here. So there's a couple of different hints that maybe would make you think that there's something either in the Dark Link loop in water or on the Bosky chest.
For everybody watching, remember, field is not your enemy. Field is your friend. Go check field sometimes.
Well,
F is for the field that dude stopped again. I definitely did not sing that in my head.
I only hear the actual song in my head, if I'm being honest.
So Devin, we have a domain path to Baronade that we know it's something on King Zora. It could be letter, or something that leads to the letter.
Yeah.
But without that second wallet, there's not much we can do. And I believe that could be anywhere.
Oh yeah, that could be.
Happy 2 hours, yes. Oh, that would be great. If there is like a fire, a blue fire bottle. But this game is not that nice.
Yeah, that'd be great. Except the problem is we've only found one bottle. Period.
And it was a Big Po bottle.
Yeah,
and Big Po's is dead.
Yeah, literally, gsk8 literally turned in the. I think Jay may have as well. I think they both turned in. They turned in the Big Po just to free the bottle up.
Correct.
For the buying blue fire later. So.
I have never seen this. Trying to go from the first floor to the second.
I mean you can with just hookshot, but I feel sometimes it is more of a pain.
Looks finicky. Yeah, it looks finicky.
So we haven't seen anything of noteworthy in water so far, except a bunch of small keys.
Which is not to be which is to be expected, honestly, because of the key requirements for those 3 checks.
I mean,
Because they need 5.
gsk8 did check the vanilla boss key chest, but that wasn't anything important. So,
I mean, at least they both have Song of Time, so they can do both Dark Link and River, and it's not like, oh, I can't do River, but then I don't know, do I go over there for just that one check? Is the loop is like fighting Dark Link and getting there takes a little. Exactly, Xeno. That never happens.
yeah, exactly.
It's not like there's 6 keys here.
So, no, I believe gsk8 has now checked everything that outside of the Dark Link loop. So,
Yeah. Well, and more that he can't get to.
Right. So based on the potential for that Zora tunic being what that path is referring to, we're looking for the boss key on Dark Link or River in this situation. If it's on Dragon Chest, it is actually not locked by that, and then that hint means something a little different.
Yeah, fire also has a lot of locks and keys. I will say I'd rather do fire and completely climb it than do water, just because of the resets that you need to do in water. And I play on VC, so it takes a little longer.
Yeah, the only thing you might be able to get away with in water is obviously, well, I mean, where these runner center pillars straight up hinted. You might be able to skip a check or two if you have like some sort of like hint, or you can read like the logic of how the keys are laid out, but most of the time you just have to check everything anyway.
Xeno, I play sometimes, okay? If there's a co-op tournament or a multi-world tournament, I will come back from the dead. And apparently if one of my friends is playing a bracket race, I will also come back for comps.
This is true. Yep, there's the boss key on Dark Link.
Yeah, you have to go to River. So you're never coming back here.
Now,
and at this point, I'm pretty sure it's an item.
Yeah.
I want to say.
So this could be actual information on where that wallet is. If that graveyard path to Morphine is in fact Din's for Zora Tunic and Shadow. Curious to see if there's actually anything.
That's a small one.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, well, I don't know, GC. Still a thing. I don't like the odds, but it's still a thing.
Well, so gsk8 has finished the water, and he will be back once he gets the long shot. Pretty much had to full clear it anyway, so no lost time.
Oh my god, Xeno, no. Not even going to comment on that.
I'm also not sure that statement's accurate based on what's happening right now, but Oh, and there's our boss key in fire. It's on the upper boulder maze.
Now the question is, how many items will he have left at that point to make the decision to keep climbing?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure, but without Pierre, I'd kind of just stop anyway at the boss key where it is. And then, if you're
Yeah,
that
you open the
concerned,
shortcut. Yeah.
if you're that concerned, you can either open a shortcut, or if you like legitimately don't think you have a use for your FW at this point, at the moment you could always drop it right there and then come back and use it later. Although Jay right now doesn't have a use for his FW, but
I still think the
probably will in
FW
the
is
future.
better. Did gsk8 place it in water?
No, because he has
Not
Serenade.
sure. Oh yeah, he got
Because
Serenade.
he did
Yeah.
Shadow, so he did got burning cack. So he doesn't need to worry about that anymore. Nice spawn back on lab dive. I'll be honest. I wasn't even paying attention how many items Jay's actually picked up in
No.
fire,
neither.
so I'm not sure how many are left.
Hopefully he has.
Yeah. And we're not going to be continuing here, which is exactly what I expected.
Yeah, I think gsk8 has to go this way because I don't think he has anything left other than getting Sarius and getting the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And if you compare like getting there to get Sarius, to go Child, to do those 2 checks, and you can basically full clear GTG. And Fortress. I don't like the odds for Darunia. Sarius is in the crater. The reason why gsk8 doesn't have it is because when he went crater, he hadn't done the well, so he didn't have the hook shot. And Hovers was on 30 skulls.
Yep.
So he couldn't get it. And Bolero is in ice, which the runners can't get because they don't have Rudo's Ladder.
Yeah, and I'm sure everyone else already probably thought about this, but I'm realizing now how annoying that Sarias and hammer placement actually are. Especially
It's horrible.
especially for gsk8's routing, because he's waiting.
I think that hammer is the only thing that's keeping Jay alive right now. I mean, it could also be the strength 3 for OGC or like Light Trial, but I don't like the odds of that happening.
But no, I mean, if gsk8 was if gsk8 really like didn't like or is convinced that path hand is actually like on Darunia, the one thing that is the one spot where FW could help him right now, because he could go get Sarius and drop FW and fire, and then work back once he finds a hammer. But obviously right now he's not convinced that that's what's going on, so why would he go get Sarius long? It locks 2 checks in the entire game, so...
Hammer was on Darunia's Joy, so dancing that.
Yep.
which is kind of funny, especially because Darunia goes to fight Volvagia in vanilla without the hammer while Link is an adult. So the fact that he has it as a child is just weird. But
I
you know,
mean-
maybe somebody stole it or something.
I mean, the best. I mean, I think the best. I think the best part is when Durnia says, "No, I know the hammer's top of fire, but I don't have time right now. I'm gonna go in here and just fight Volv." And I'm like, dude, you really think with your hands you're gonna get anything done?
Hey, they're very strong hands. They eat rock sirloin every day.
Apparently they're not, because he's not the one who kills the dragon. So
I mean, he didn't die. He just
no, he
went
doesn't.
to be a sage. He can't die.
No, he can't die, but he also can't kill the thing.
I'm pretty sure he lost his body in that fight, though.
Either that or it's a really awkward standoff between him and Volver that just stare at each other because they can't kill each other.
Actually, I don't think Darunia could even get to the platform because I've never seen a Goron jump. So I think he was just standing there.
No, Gorons definitely cannot jump. I mean, Goron is as I like to jokingly say, Gorons are basically born without knees.
Yeah.
So
Nice HVA by gsk8. Oh, there's the wallet.
There's a wallet.
Okay, so Jay is going in the right direction, too.
So, the wallet's interesting because we know that you can get the presumed paradox letter off King's Ore, but also that wallet is also behind Epona.
Yes.
Which could be Path to Morpha. So, that could be also related to Longshot in some way.
Now, if you were Jay, and you get the wallet before GTG, do you leave Farore's Wind in GTG and go pursue King's Ore and come back later? Or do you do GTG that you can full clear?
Well, Jay at the moment can't full clear it.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't have strength too. Never mind.
So...
Yeah, and gsk8 doesn't have hammer, so he is going to go into GTG.
Yeah. So I think what I think Jay absolutely will drop FW and GTG and pursue that wallet. If nothing else, assuming he doesn't grab the awkward skulls in Fortress, he could get the last couple he needs to the strength in Jabu.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which would be along the way. Unfortunately, yeah, as we said, he's put a lot of time into to getting the last and chat was pointing out too, like getting a lot of awkward skulls, like the like that one on top of the that rock in Colossus where you get hit by the levers every 5 seconds. Like a lot of stuff like that's really added up to has added up on time. I mean, yeah, he's got a fire complete that gsk8 doesn't, but gsk8's got a shadow, a spirit, and basically it's full clear to water. Also nice gold scale. We don't care about that.
I was gonna lose it if that was like long shot.
I mean, just based on like the number, just based on number of checks, GTG still has decent odds to have the long shot. So
yeah, hammer was on Darunia's Joy.
Yep. Yeah. Well, so the reason why I'm saying Jay wouldn't do DTD is when he picks up the wallet is he knows he's got a progression item on King's Aura, and he's 2 skulls away from 50, which gets him his strength, which gets him spirit, which gets him shadow. So in his mind, he'll have 3 progression dungeons to do over GTG at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm saying I think he'll drop FW and just leave. Plus, at this point, it's what's amazing 2 hours and almost 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I haven't talked about the competitive aspect of a 1v1 here. There is no way in hell with all these skulls that Jay feels like he's ahead right now.
Nope. I mean, I don't think you ever feel ahead in a 1v1. Even if you're playing really well. You just don't.
No, I mean, even in gsk8's shoes, and to be honest, gsk8 has played the scene very well. He's been very efficient with everything.
Yeah, routing-wise, I think I'm gonna go with getting that strength was huge for gsk8. But routing-wise, his routing has been significantly more efficient because he hasn't gone out of his way to get skulls. Basically.
Right. Nice,
Okay.
nice silver gauntlets room there. By the way, I love the Goron tunic and lens combo. Now, mind you, now, mind you, yeah, gsk8 hasn't gone out of his way for the skulls and everything. He does. We do know he does need to go out of his way a little bit for that Sarias at some point.
And I'm not gonna go with it's probably your last location, but it's gonna be close to a last location, based on what he has open.
So yeah, so Jay dropped FW. He opened that chest. It looks like he's gonna go ahead and peek the maze real quick while he's here, which is fine. I will say sometimes I have a tough time seeing some of the chests further in.
Honestly, you know,
so
he needs money. Where is he gonna get that money?
I mean, it would have been. I mean, a little slow. He could have farmed the 20 here in Fortress.
I mean, I think for farming at that point, I would have done GTG. Because doing GTG basically gets you 50 by doing checks.
Chat pointing out he could go into Lost Woods and murder some Skull Kids real quick.
I mean, he does have Minuet.
Yeah, there's a... Yeah, he's opening...
Or he's like, give me money.
No, more than that. Oh, way more than that.
Yeah, there's 50 here, but he can't get it.
Yeah. I know one of the other ways, I know one of the other ways you can farm money, and I'm be honest, I didn't realize this worked on certain enemies in OT as well. We don't have them, but there are some enemies in OT you can shoot with light arrows and they'll drop purple rupees.
Oh, I didn't know that. Like in MM.
Yeah, the
blue bubbles. I think in MM it's pretty much every item, every enemy.
Yeah, and the blue bubbles are one of them in this game as well. I'm struggling to remember all of them specifically, but obviously we don't have light arrows, so that's not an option. Alfalfa's saying key, so yeah, I thought that might be another one of them, but I wasn't sure. Moblins also, I guess, makes sense. They drop into money anyway, so... But yeah, I'm curious where Jay's going to get some of this,
When he played Prelude, I thought he was gonna go Child and do the chain farming. Which I think is gonna be faster than this. Could be wrong.
He could also, He could have also gone into a grotto and sold a fish to the guy in CAC, who's literally right next to the blue fire shop. So
yeah, I think that would have been the fastest way. Or maybe he needs 50 so he gets bugs now. No, never mind. And bugs was something that you could get easily in CAC as well.
often you have to farm
Like, I need one.
not often you have to not often you have to well not often in Maze Siege you have to buy blue fire in the first place, let alone be in a situation where you have to farm the money for it.
Bonko is the only way to one cycle King the Dongo. Not wrong.
That is true. That
But that means he kills himself, not really you. So it's suicide, I guess.
yeah. Alright. By the way, gsk8 just finished up GTG, and we're gonna have simultaneous we're gonna have simultaneous blue fire pickups here, I think. Yep, so there's gsk8's blue fire. And it's what's your point about doing GTG to get the money? gsk8 walked out of GTG with 400 rupees, so there must have been like a gold one in there somewhere that he picked up. I didn't see.
Yes, I think so.
Mm-hmm. Xena, the wallet was on 1000 HPA. There's a 1500. I don't know. It was on HPA. I wasn't paying attention to which check actually it was on specifically, but yeah. And it looks like gsk8 is actually doing Crater on his way to Domain, so he will pick up Saria's now. So he'll have that. It'll be just a matter of when he goes and checks
I mean, if he gets the letter from King Zora, I'm guessing he does it after Java. I don't think he does it before, but
probably seeing this chest and being very concerned until that shows up. All right. All right, here we go. I know everybody watching the race has been waiting for this for a while.
There it is.
Honestly, supposed for the runner say, thank God that was hinted.
Yes.
You're not your last location that letter otherwise. Because there's nothing that directly points at the wallet being required, so.
And gsk8 doing exactly what you said, leaving FW here. Probably getting.
He's gonna go ahead and dip fire and check real quick.
I think this was a key, so he will be able to keep going.
He'll get locked out. Oh no, he just want to get the first check in. Leave. All right. Well, I mean, fair enough. He wants to cash in that blue fire. And
He can come back really fast.
get to Jabu. And meanwhile, Jay's going to be doing
Yeah, Jay's path for the next 25 to 30 minutes is basically set up for him. What I don't know is if he's going to have enough time to catch up.
No, well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because barring like gsk8 full clearing, I guess, getting the either not getting the hammer or getting the hammer in full clearing fire for some reason. I'm honestly I'm trying to think does gsk8 have 25 minutes worth of checks left
I don't
before
think he does.
before he just runs into the long shot naturally, regardless of where it is? So
I mean, after this, I think he goes ice.
I guess OGC, but
Well, gsk8 can't do it.
right. I guess it'd be the one check, but I'm just wondering how much
I think that's the only thing that can save Jay. Either OGC has the long shot, or light arrows are strength relock, either OGC or light trial. I don't see any other way.
So, I will say, as a top runner, you think I would understand what I'm about to say, ask a little bit better. So that Graveyard Path to Morphand, Din's led to Zora Tunic, and Epona's led to the wallet, right?
Correct.
So that hint can't have anything to do with Din's fire. It can't have to do with the tunic stuff, because it's two separate items. It has to hit one specific thing for one item, I'm pretty sure. Or, if that one item locks everything to complete a dungeon.
That sounds correct.
So I think it has to be Epona's for long shot somewhere.
So if it's Epona's,
Which, Epona only unlocked the wallet specifically, right? I don't think GGG had anything.
no, I don't.
Oh, I guess it had the lens. I guess.
Which is what gsk8 is probably going to be doing in a minute.
Oh, yeah, I just realized he's walking out to that right now, actually.
I think he was thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Get your guesses in, everybody. I am team left all the way. And I'm out. I like Xenu's prediction. I think Xenu's gonna win.
I don't know what
I don't
know what that means, but sure.
We don't ask these questions.
No. I know.
Oh, Chimp. gsk8 is definitely getting the hammer after Jabba. I don't see any other way.
I mean, yeah.
So not this.
Okay, it's not that. All right, but based on what we just talked about, I am 100% understand why gsk8 wanted to check that.
Yeah, it's one of the other few things that it could have been. Where it could have been. So completely makes sense. I'm gonna go with, because nobody said they won, nobody won. But I'm not gonna go check.
I didn't.
There's been situations where a runner has gotten 1 in 32 correct and have won the race by a significant margin as a result.
Yeah. I wasn't in that call you're referring to, but I remember seeing the results afterwards, and
It was noticeable.
I don't think I've seen anything like that since then.
And their name is Cola, indeed.
Yes. That is 100% who we're referring to. It is exactly who you would expect to have done that.
I want to say he's the only one, but I'm gonna go with he's one of the few runners who usually goes for 1 in 32 once every seed.
Yeah.
Well, every seed that he's allowed to, because in multi-world, for example, you can't.
I mean,
And there's the hammer. He got it before Jabu. So Jay needs strength 3 to lock something. And he needs to go get it too. He hasn't gotten it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the other problem, is that Jay has to actually get the other strength for even for this to for him to have a chance.
And at this point he's last locationing field.
Mm-hmm.
So I like gsk8's odds right now. I really like them. I can see it, Zeno, yeah.
Also,
it hurts me that what you said is true, but
yeah.
I definitely can see that.
Yeah, gsk8 while he was there just cleaned up the rest of Lost Woods. Those we know those. We know even just because of logical on those checks couldn't have long shot, but for all he knows, light arrows could have popped up on.
Correct.
On one of them, and he didn't want to walk back for that, so.
Yeah, gsk8 has been doing what I like to call passive skull routing. Yeah. So he just gets the ones that are exactly on the way. He's not deviating. But if it's right there, you just pick it up.
Yeah, which is honestly the thing you should probably do in any seed where there's something on a high skull count where it's possible but not certain.
According to his tracker, he's got 34.
Yeah, and he could grab a couple of easy ones in Jabu if he would like.
Yeah, I think the only one that's sort of out of the way is the last one in Jabu.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, it's like right there.
So we're gonna be seeing we're gonna be seeing Jay get Nocturne and go into Shadow here in a minute, and then on gsk8 side we're gonna be looking
at new checks.
To see if we're new checks and job. We're gonna interesting to see if long shot happens to happens to pop up in here.
We know that it's only 3 checks, because if I recall correctly, Boomerang Chess is hinted that.
Yes, it is.
I seem to recall. Okay.
Yep. I only remember that because we were joking about Vanilla Boomerang, and then that hint showed up later. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And it was literally in Boulder of Destiny too, which is somewhat ironic that Jay is literally next to. I could see it after like coming back as child afterwards, afterlife, because doing Shadow gives you Serenade.
Although it looks like he's going straight for Jabu, so
Yeah.
So I think, so at this point, I know the rest been talking about like the actual like the advantage gsk8 has. I think so we can kind of quantify it actually in actual time at this point. It's the length of a shadow and however much the job was completed by the time.
I would say
and all water actually for that matter.
I would say
game, so...
it's water and shadow.
Because
I think Jabu nets itself with fire.
So it's
I want to say.
Okay, so you think fire and Jabu cancel. So it's
yeah.
Well, shadow and water is still quite close to like 20 minutes. So
I mean, shadow alone is like almost 15, and water with the location of the big key, that's also at least 10 minutes. I want to say.
Or it's just
at the very least.
Where was Rudo's? It was a paradox letter on King Zora. We had a Zora's Domain Path to Baronet hint pretty early in the seed, and I think we knew for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
That it was on King Zora. We just couldn't find the wallet to buy Blue Fire.
Based on gsk8's facial expressions, he's growing impatient.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's feeling behind, especially after getting that hammer. Of course, we know that he's ahead, but he doesn't.
Right, and he well, and I noticed I wasn't gonna point it out. I give chat was saying he was struggling a little bit execution wise in Jabu.
Yeah, I think it's the nerves at this point. And yeah, go. Sorry.
I think the way this seed is just going on and on. I think he's, as you said, he's getting impatient and getting to that mode mentally where he's just like saying, "Can this please end?"
I mean, to be fair, this is going to be probably one of the longest seeds that we've seen in brackets thus far. Mm-hmm. For sure. Because this is not going to be a sub 3, I believe.
No, I don't believe so. It's been a it's not almost by definition. It's kind of been. It's not been exactly a full like what we used to call a world tour seed. You have to go literally everywhere, but it's kind of felt like it. There's a lot they've had to do.
I mean, I would argue that if Longshot is in ice, it was a world tour, even though GTG had nothing, but you had to go to Fortress, anyways.
Right. Well, no, that's why I was actually holding off on saying. That's why I'm saying yet.
Yeah, it depends on whether they need to go to like the Fountain or Ice. I do not miss the 4-hour train wrecks. I had to do comms for a couple of those. Those were rough.
Yeah. So one of the one I remember one of the specialties of the 4-hour train wrecks, and. Splits, I don't know if you started watching when this was still a thing or after, but when Stone of Agony was required to get hints and you found it 3 hours in and then found out 50 skulls at something, Or like
So
born
that's
in
when I
something, or
started playing. Yeah, that's when I started playing. Well, no, that's when I started watching.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was painful. I think the only thing I can compare that to was about maybe a year and a half ago. There was a Freaky
Mhm.
Friday race that they played a 1.0 seed, and we were talking about this the other day, you and I,
Yeah, that
where you
too.
had to do the 10 pose and you had to do the entire Bigoran sequence.
Yeah, that yeah, it was stuff like that back in the early days of OTR that made the seeds length go on for quite a while, potentially.
So what you're saying is that for season 7, we should remove the Stone of Agony trick, right?
Oh my lord! I just um. I mean, and to be fair, there were other things that made there were other things even outside of that that made the seeds longer, but
I thought I was gonna be removed from comms immediately after that statement, so I'm happy I wasn't. Yeah, that box skip was smooth.
yeah, it looks
He's
like
getting in the groove again.
yeah, gsk8 might have been a little bit flustered at the start of this Jabu, but his execution came right back to him, which is that's a very that's a very good skill to have in a race, that even if you're starting to get frustrated, not let yourself go so far on tilt that you just lose, minutes failing things.
And that's Jabba.
Baronades down.
Is it here? Is the question.
I mean, that might spare the runners one location in the seed.
It is!
It is. Yep.
So that is glow mode for gsk8.
So Jay's not far from also hitting glow mode, but the problem is Jay, as we mentioned,
Yes.
has a full clear of basically of shadow and water versus what, like gsk8 just has to go in and beat Morphin than 2/3 of fire,
That is
basically.
correct.
So yeah, I think Jay basically doesn't like to be strength 3 locked, and then even then he would have to actually run into to strength 3 almost immediately.
Jay needs basically to get the long shot here, do shadow, do water, and walk out of field, and he's not walk out to field to get it, and he's not going to, because at that point he's just going to get the hint.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think there's a chance at this point.
Yeah, this is
gsk8's race to lose, basically.
yeah, because yeah, gsk8 basically has he basically has everything covered for like any light air location, and even if it is that he needs to get 50 skulls, I mean, it's not going to take that long, honestly, at this point.
And while it gets more likely after it's check, it's still not very likely that it is strength 3 locked. Jay's struggling a little with box skip.
Mm-hmm.
That looks right.
There you go. Yep. So yeah, we'll just have to see at this point. I'm pretty sure this. I mean, I'm pretty sure. We've seen everything to this point where I don't think gsk8 is. gsk8's not going to run into light arrows randomly along the way because I'm pretty sure.
He could on Morpha.
I thought Morph had a small key though.
Oh, I wasn't
I
counting.
don't.
Maybe.
I couldn't exactly see the when you went in to check the boss key chest. I couldn't exactly see it. So I wasn't sure if that was the extra small or that was this the 6 small key or not. I wasn't sure. I wasn't like paying attention. Maybe it could be there. If he can't,
for runner,
yeah,
no,
as I say, he's more than likely not going to. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, gsk8 has access to everything, and for a runner of his caliber, I don't think there's anything that would stop him at this point. Because I think the only thing would be skull routing, like very fast at the end, and I'm sure he can do that very efficiently. So
yeah.
it's just unfortunate.
I mean, obviously, at this point, now that he's hit glow mode, he's not. At this point, you don't grab any of the skulls, like even along the way.
No.
You just,
but he only needs 16, and that's something that he could go child and get it somewhat fast, I would say. And with a shadow temple as a buffer, because at that point I would assume that he only has shadow, or maybe he only has the water as a buffer. I would like to say that he could get those calls faster. If water had boss key really early, then that would have made a difference, I think. So 50 skulls had a strength. 50 skulls, Jay got his strength 2 from 50 skulls. However, gsk8 had his strength 1 from open grotto and field that Jay hasn't gotten yet. Jay has not done any of the South Hyrule checks, basically.
Yep, and then of course the one they both has one from the Boulder Maze in Goron City.
So this is a reminder that sometimes Hyrule Field is your friend, not your enemy. Go do it at some point. Yeah, we might need strength 3 for lights at this point. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, and Jay did have a chance. Jay had exactly one chance in the seed to check field, and that was when he was doing the Zor's domain checks as child, because he did dive into lake, but he opted not to walk out the field at that point, which gsk8 early in the seed did that, and that's how he got that strength of.
Yeah, gsk8 did it like 15 minutes in, because he went long range to Valley Lake, if I recall correctly.
Yes. But yeah, that but that one decision honestly that one decision has made a world of difference as far as where both runners are at this point in the season. Honestly, that Splits, I don't know if you noticed this. I feel like that happens a lot with Skull Seeds, where there's somewhat questionable items on higher counts. I feel like a lot of those races, one person gets it and the other finds the alternative.
And this is gonna sound really harsh for me saying it, but I feel like this always happens to Jay as well. He's the person who gets it, and then he gets the item right afterwards. In this case, he hasn't gotten the item, but it's just rough, and it's rando. There's not much you can do.
I mean,
you make a decision and you stick to it.
I mean, I can't exactly say I'm and it like I've never had that happen. It's literally how I got in trouble in season 5. So
I think from Jay's lack of knowledge about field, every decision he has made makes complete sense. And gsk8's decisions, based on the fact that he had that strength, make complete sense as well. It's just random.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the best way to describe what I just said in chat. gsk8's playing thinking he's behind because of the hammer. I almost feel like Jay almost knows he's behind.
I will say
50 skulls.
I will say, regardless of the items locations, at the 2 hour and 54 minute mark that we're at, I think any runner would feel behind in these settings. Honestly. Because I'm gonna go with season 5 onwards taught us that seeds don't go that long anymore, on average.
No. I mean, and you could argue a little, or I guess a little bit. Season 6 seeds, maybe they go a little bit longer with no Baron hints. Although I don't. There's been plenty of debate about how much longer. That's made it. I don't think it's actually that much. So,
I was part of the group of people who thought that could significantly impact seed lengths, but I was proven wrong, because I don't think the difference has been something to be concerned about.
No, I feel like if the seeds have been a little bit longer on average, I honestly haven't felt it or noticed it while playing or watching. So. I mean, sure, maybe both these runners would disagree with that statement with what's going on in this current seed, but every now and again you still get one that you end up having
there's
to do a
been
lot of stuff,
there's been S6 seeds that go over 3.5 hours. They're just horrible. But I don't think you can get double digits of those seeds, to be fair. Yeah, Iron Boots on Scarecrow. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, if you want longer seeds, just play RSL. I would say.
Yeah, or as what chat just said. Any seed you have to do fire without that forces you to do fire without Pierre, and then puts another item on Pierre that's required. That's one. I know that's one specific instance where seeds will go on forever.
And then there's a huge variance in times, in finish times, as a result.
Puts Blair on O2. Yeah, that also doesn't help, because then you can't even get to fire quickly to do that. Hey Cole, how's the race going? gsk8 is in the driver's seat to win this one. I guess to recap, because we're getting close to the 3 hour mark. It was an all dungeon seed for Nocturne. But the main thing that's made the difference is that there is a strength on 50 skulls. Jay got that strength. Gsk8, they both found a strength in Goron City Boulder Maze, but Gsk8 found a strength in Open Grotto and Hyrule Field. So he did not go out of his way for a bunch of extra skulls that Jay did. And that's kind of made a pretty big difference as far as the times with just skull riding alone. Yeah, Jay still doesn't even know where the strength 3 is, even if Gsk8 had to get the extra skulls for light arrows.
And even if it's required, I think he's gonna go ice over field anyways. Based on density alone. Unless he like walks out after after water, and he's not. So because of the hint.
Well, and Jay even has one other option that we're forgetting. Remember, Gsk8 full clear GTG. Jay dropped FW in there after getting the first 2 checks and left.
Oh yes, you're right. I forgot about that.
He might pick GTG over.
How did that happen?
What the? Was the Stalfos on the wheel?
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it was on the wheel.
Was he just standing on the wheel?
It was like, was it floating? No, it's wheel.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you've seen the Stalfos in that one Stalfos in Forest, right? They can in fact hover over pits. So
yeah, they cheat. Okay, so Bobby.
Yeah.
Where do you think lights are before the hint is handed?
I mean, based on just math, like odds, I was gonna say light trial.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go with ice. Honestly,
okay. I think both places have close odds though. So
I mean, baseball, it's fine. There's not that many locations, to be fair.
No.
So it's fine. I thought about it earlier, but I was like, I don't think it's worth it. Because at the point when we got long shot, it was just not too many checks. Stone Tower Temple. I like that. I like that bet. Unfortunately, this is not the combo. And even then, the combo, that would be a horrible location.
Yeah. Also, while it's not topic splits, I'd like to point out I rolled 2 of an MMC recently with 2 of the 3 elemental arrows in Stone Tower. So
I am so sorry. I mean, the only one that wasn't there, it's because it's logically required to get there.
And that was also in a terrible spot too. I can't remember where, but
I like that bet that it's in Baseball's house. Baseball, do you have the light arrows?
All right, here we go.
Survey says.
Oh wait, hold on. I forgot about the.
I forgot about this.
Let's place the FW first before. All right.
Lazy wins. Let's go.
All right, what we got? My castle.
Ooh, my castle.
Now, he's not necessarily showing. I'm like looking at Gsk8's face right now in his face cam. He's not necessarily showing a facial expression, but I know this man is panicking on the inside.
Yeah, it's a 50-50
at least a little
right
bit.
now, right? I think it's 50-50.
Pretty much, yeah.
So Gsk8 is hoping that light arrows are not strength 3 locked right now.
Yeah, Gsk8 didn't say because he had FW in fire. So if Ganondorf had said Fire Temple, he was trying to keep it there in the state where he could scum back to it and then warp to fire instead. Nicole, that's a fair thought though. He did have FW like right next to Pierre, so that would have been like 2 really quick skulls. And we if his tracker's accurate, he would need 16. So all right, so it's not Spirit Trial.
So we have 1 check in Forest Trial, 2 in Water, and 2 in Shadow. There's 7 outside and 8 inside.
And yeah.
Well, there's 8 outside if you count the boss key chest, I guess, which he saw. So it's 8-8. Shadow Trial.
We might be seeing a bunch of spiders murdered here in a minute, unless
I think he gets 16 skulls before Jay gets Open Grotto. I agree with that.
Jay still would have to get that strength, which we know he's not going to run out the field after Water. He's going to go get the light arrow hand.
And then he's gonna do exactly what gsk8 is doing right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so I believe it is strength 3 locked, unless I missed something.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's that's why the warp out.
All right.
So the seed wants to be the longest seed in S6, and it's only round 1. Let's go.
So yeah, gsk8 and again we know gsk8's in a very good spot still. In his mind I know he's sitting over the controller saying, "Come on, hurry up, get the skulls quickly now, go." Please don't finish. Yeah.
Bobby won.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, he didn't.
No,
I didn't. To be honest, I didn't
command.
actually. Honestly, I didn't actually realize the bet was open for some reason, but.
So
yeah,
Bobby wins. Congratulations, Bobby. You get bragging rights for the next 20 minutes.
I mean, bragging rights is it's a better prize than having to actually run around and collect all these things.
I mean, aren't you glad that you're not in this race right now, and you're just doing comms? Would you want to be in this race? Because I wouldn't.
No, but here's the problem. I am in this tournament.
Yeah.
It could happen to me. So.
But hopefully you get a decent seed. That's asking for a lot in this game, but who knows?
Afterlife.
Exactly,
No.
Afterlife. Exactly. I was thinking it in my head. I was just not gonna say.
That song popped up. That song popped up in my head immediately.
Exactly, Cola. There is no decent seed in this game. That does not exist, especially in a tournament setting.
So I'm So Jay is heading towards the vanilla boss key and chest in Water, so he's still got. He just basically started Water, got a bit still ways to
Yeah, he's got like 8 more minutes here, probably.
in gsk8's now up to 38 skulls. So 12 more.
So 38. Do you do ice for the 3 skulls?
Honestly, at this point, I kind of like what gsk8's thinking here at this point. Because there's just a... I think most of the skulls he got were in the sea were basically as adult.
Mm-hmm.
So there's plenty with, you know, a bottle and boomerang to get his child. Looks like he's going to start with... Well, I thought he was going to start with Lost Woods, but... I was going to say, he doesn't have, I don't think he actually has bugs in a bottle, right? So you probably want to go to a place where...
I mean, he could have gotten bugs in Lost Woods before getting to the first beanhole, I think.
I mean, that's true. I guess that's true, but also there is,
These are like free.
There's the skulls here in Lake, and there are bugs here too, so... Also, I couldn't help but notice, so Jay actually skipped a couple things in water.
Yes. He got enough keys and headed over here.
Yeah,
I'm
he
guessing
did that.
based on the Zora Tunic logic that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, so he's, I mean, this is all... I mean, this is, you know, a somewhat common route anyway. When you get 2 keys in water early, but also, like, as we know, Jay definitely feels like he's probably way behind her at this point, so this is somewhat of a gamble, try to make up a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We know it's a correct gamble in this case.
Now the gamble would be, and again, I don't think it's enough, that right after he gets the hint, he doesn't go for dense location places, like after checking Ganon's, which I think is very unlikely.
Well, I'm wondering,
I mean,
like, what is he thinking? Like, does he think that, oh, if it's strength 3 lock, that, oh, maybe it's not like GTG or Ice because he thinks gsk8 may have already done that stuff?
There. I think he would say not in GTG. I don't know about Ice based on the location of the letter.
That's true.
Because the letter was really deep into the logic. So
that's true. I guess Ice you wouldn't know because it's Ice is buried in this seed, where if GTG you were right next to it when you got the wall itself.
So I could see him going Ice after, well, assuming he doesn't forfeit by then, I guess. Very clean Morpha though.
Yeah, and we know yeah, and I could also see and honestly, I knowing like how Jay like thinks when playing these seeds, I could also believe there's a world where he actually thinks that gsk8 cleared GTG because he didn't have hammer.
I could see that, yeah.
I could see how that I could see that thought cross his mind.
With the chain on how to get it, and the very awkward placement of Sarius, yes, I could see it.
Because Jay well, it basically boils down to the fact that obviously Jay did
the well earlier.
So he like gsk8 didn't do well in Child 1. I think he didn't do it until Child 2, right? So
yeah, that is correct. So what happened is the hammer was in Onderonius Joy. Saria's was in Crater. gsk8 did Crater before the well, and the well had the hook shot. And hovers were on 30 skulls, which means that gsk8 got Saria's kind of late, which is why it took him a little bit to get it. Jay, however, did well in Child 1, which allowed him to get the hook shot and get Sarius earlier, and he got the hammer significantly earlier.
By the way, just gets up to 45 skulls and 5 more. I just want to point out something really funny real quick for everyone. So, Jay just shot the sun and a bottle fell down from it. I'd like to point out that that's a bottle that's long shot locked, which is locked by the letter. Which means that there is a chance the Graveyard Pathomorpha is the big Poe bottle. Even though we know Opponents is also part of that.
Oh my god, you're right.
Because we don't know where the 4th bottle is. It could be bottle lock too.
Well, the problem is not the hint. The problem is he gets the hint and he goes to the right place to get strength 3. That's the problem. That it's not the most dense location that he has available.
Well, Jay won't reverse if he's going to GTG. He has FW in there, so but again, if he's metaing this, I don't think he'll do GTG looking forward.
Devin, Jay hasn't done GTG or ice. Or field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and we need him to go to field to have a fighting chance.
Yeah, we know field is the. Yeah, we know field is the answer to that, but he might meta and go
probably ice, I would say.
Go ice, because ice could be reasonable based on the way the seed played out.
Oh no, he's 100% doing the non-strength 3 lock checks here for first. 100%.
I mean, I won't lie. That'd be a hell of a correct meta if he didn't, though.
I
don't.
The
reason gsk8 would not be finished is because it's strength 3 locked.
That would be impressive if he manages to do that. Honestly.
Well, I'm just saying, with how long this seed's been going on, you might be able to come up with that.
I don't know. My anxiety wouldn't let me skip those.
I mean,
honestly.
I
could see it being reasonable. I wouldn't be able to make that.
I mean, again, I'm throwing something out there that's a massive stretch. I don't think he's going to do that, but and also, let's be honest. It's easy for me to sit here and say that when I'm watching 2 screens.
Yes.
Of the same race, and I know.
And you also don't have the pressure. Yeah, you don't have the pressure of you're the one running the seed and trying to think about the logic and everything.
But he might, and the thing is, he might, maybe he might possibly think, strength 3 is in castles or something too. Like, he could think the seed's going on for a while because gsk8 also got the 50 skulls and then, had to do everything else because if Jay knew about that strength, it would help him figure things out easier. But of course, if he also knew about that strength, he would just grab light arrows and he'd be done. So,
correct. I mean, but Chad has won because we got an AD 50 Skulls Paradox letter seed. What more can you ask?
Anyway, I believe this is going to be skull number 50 for gsk8 here, though. So, I mean, I could have been counting.
I don't know. He's got the go mode. Yep, there it is.
Yep.
And, gsk8 will hit go mode in like 2 minutes. And then finish in like 4.
And there's string 3.
gsk8 needs to die to Ganon a couple of times.
Oh man, what an adventure this has been.
I mean, I know nobody likes jet seeds, but this is like, I think it overcorrected way too much. Yep, this is a polar opposite. I agree.
Also, Jay moved his FW into Ganon's castle, but he's actually reversing to GTG.
I mean,
So
he had no chance anyways. Even if he went like to the right chest immediately after. This is about as slow as an S6 seed can get. Yes.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I think the only thing that would make it worse is if one of the required items had been in ice, so they would have had to go everywhere.
Yeah, or like that strength 3 that we knew was on 50 for these light arrows. Like if that was like for example was what was in ice, like it's just not hinted, and you get the light arrow hit, and then you have to guess where the strength 3 actually is, or something like that. But that was the only saving grace, and I'm pretty sure this is it right here. Yep. Mostly saying that because I don't know if there are any items left in the game.
Probably not. I think that this seed wants to win the longest race in the whole tournament, and this is only round 1.
Yeah,
it's definitely trying.
It's either I mean, this is one of those like this one of those seeds that it doesn't even it's a full AD seed. Even if you even if you route it in a way where you avoid the 50 skulls, you can't avoid the 50 skulls. So it turns into an oops 50 skulls at the end, even if you initially dodge it. So
I mean, I would like to say that gsk8 routed this as good as you could have. Honestly. Based on the information that he had available, I think he played it really well. It's just this seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have dodged GTG, correct. But at that point in time, GTG seemed very likely to have the hammer.
Yeah, because gsk8, he got the wallet there, and he could have, he could have followed that to Jabu in the ice. But at that point, Jabu ice and then GTG were basically those were his options for hammer. And GTG has more items than the other two combined. So, I mean,
yeah,
it's hard to say that. It's hard to say that was a bad play.
I think everything was reasonable. It's just the seed was really rough, unfortunately. Chad, I think this is a good time to ask you guys if you have any questions for the runners. I believe both of them will be joining us.
I believe so.
Are you okay after all that? That is a great question. I'm gonna start with that one. And get your GGs in chat for gsk8, who is terrified that he's gonna get sniped right now.
Nah. Nah, man. Nah, you good.
He's phased though.
I mean, I know saying that doesn't make anyone feel any better about it, but nah, you good. All right, GG's to gsk8 3:23:14. The winner of this race today. Oh man.
And we are
we're
joined by both runners.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, guys.
Hi guys. GG's. Chat wanted
GGs
me
to
to
both
ask.
of you.
Wanted us to both ask, are you both okay?
I mean, the bot's been terrible for these bracket seeds.
There is a lot of fatigue.
Yeah, the gsk8, your face said it like every step of the way after like the 2 hour and 30-minute mark that you were just getting impatient and tired.
Yeah. Very much so.
Yeah, I started making more mistakes as we kept dragging on.
Yeah, same.
So Jay, I'm sure you asked about
yeah.
the strength already. Yeah.
I mean,
Field is your friend.
yeah, I mean, I typically, when you have to do spirit, go pretty hard at a 50 skull strength. So by the time I got that, if it was somewhere else, I was already screwed, which is why I just kind of went to GTG after.
I mean, both of your routings made complete sense based on the information that you had. gsk8, I think the only thing that you did that could have been avoided was GTG, but based on the information that you had, or the lack of information about the hammer at that point, GTG seemed likely. So it made complete sense.
Yeah, it seemed very likely because I wanted to check behind strength 2 because I did not have the hammer yet. So for me, it could have been in GTG. But I also had Jabu to do, so I wanted to put Farrow's Wind in GTG and try to skip it. But if I did that, then I did not have my Farrow's Wind in Fire Temple. Like I wanted to do to go to DMC to grab Saria before I go do Jabu, so I can do like Skull Kid and Darunia. So I wanted to do that, grab Saria in DMC, and then put Pharaohs in Fire Temple since we did Bolero was in Ice Cavern. So in the end, I decided to full clear GTG because it was I don't know, the easiest play to decide, I guess.
Yeah, based on density alone.
Mm.
I mean, I heard the Nocturne Hint's also in field.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
literally it's literally one's in the grotto with that strength.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and then the 30 hovers that I just blindly pulled. I never had that hint.
Yeah, the ints were very powerful in that seed.
I think that was on Medigoran, right, Bobby?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was just a very awkward seed based on some of the locations, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, ideally you just cross and grab that wallet really early to go do Jabu and get skulls there, but
Yeah, but you really never want to go there. You have so
No,
much to do.
well, and like you have dens and you have the bottle, which could be Wath for a long shot. Like it
I
just never
made sure
really
to point
made
that.
sense.
I made sure to point that out actually about the bottle, even though opponent satisfies that hint because of to the paradox letter, which was great.
Yeah, I mean you never really had to get that bottle, but it's I mean, I felt like I had to make a trip back to boomerang it at some point because
Hmm.
there was no other bottles coming up.
Yeah. And we knew it was foolish too, so getting big pop bottle just to empty it and know you're not going to get an item, so you can do paradox later.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a seed.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys played an 80-50 skulls paradox letter scene.
I mean, all we needed is Frog 2 in there, and then we have everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a while too, I had the eye drops, and I did not have the bigger on int, so I was like, maybe.
I got that from River really early, I think.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
I
'cause-
ended up checking my inventory like an hour and a half later and realizing I had never reset, so I still had them. But
Well, yeah,
Oh
because
wow.
Jay, when you went adult and got the skill from Keck, you went river to Lost Woods to get the Minuet
Yeah.
song check, right? Is that what?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, yeah. So.
I was gonna do River anyways, but the scale just made it better.
Hmm.
Yeah, my early routing was kind of weird. I did stuff that I usually don't do. I did Agile CAC pretty late. I don't know if it was good or not, but
Did you do like Valley Lake then out of Lon?
yeah, I did Valley and Lake, which I don't usually do, but the save warp was pretty bad. Like I didn't want to go back to Temple of Time after the ranch, and we knew Serenade was on Nocturne, so I figured might as well do it now because I don't have any good songs. Like it just made sense to me to go Valley Lake, and I got Open Grotto very early then.
Yep.
And after that, I got my Iron Boots in GTG. No, I mean in Garden City. Yeah, Iron Boots in Garden City. And I knew it was pass. So when I went for my adult segment, I did the Destiny Grotto, and then I went to the Atizit Grotto, and I found the bow. So I was like, okay, nice. The Iron Boots in Garden City for the bow made a lot of sense for Volvagia. And so after that, I don't know. I did River. I tried to use the Iron Boots a lot, so I did River, and then I went do SFM to get the song, and then I did DC, and after I did Kakariko. So I did the seed in the opposite direction. It made sense, but it felt weird all the time. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that, so I was right. If it was in field, I was kind of screwed, which is why I kind of just said, I might as well just commit to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Missing strength 2 here sucks because so your strength 2 was 50 skulls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you did the old dungeons pretty late, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, that must have felt like a completely different seed.
Yeah, like, cause I mean, I in my eyes, I knew that strength. I had enough to get skulls. So I knew that strength couldn't be the path to Volvage anymore, and it was probably not Iron Boots because I had the bow from Lost Woods.
Oh yeah, yeah, there was a bow in Westwoods. There was another one in
Yeah.
Deku too, so that's
Or
yeah.
was it Deku? I don't know. One of those two. But so like in my eyes, I had to go back. I had to route back to Goron City to grab that hammer. So at that point, it was like, well, I'm at 36 skulls. How do I get to 50?
Oh yeah. Oh my
You
god.
know?
Yeah, Jay, you were honestly, as far as the race is going, Jay, you were probably you were still in it as long as you somehow found like the strength and field before right when you got to 30 skulls. But the moment you went like beyond that and you started going way out of your way,
Yeah.
to get to 50s when it started to bleed the time.
Well, I mean, I still probably win if I just go straight to field after getting the hint, but
I
mean,
don't think you would have,
it
honestly.
would have been close.
I think. Well, the problem is at one point, gsk8 had Shadow and Jabu over you, and you only had the 2/3 of fire.
Yeah, but the thing about it was he finished when I was halfway through GTG, which is about what 2 minutes, and
Mhm.
the reverse plus opening the gates another 2 minutes. If I just go straight to field, the Ganon fight's only 2 minutes. So,
It would have been close, yeah.
but
Yeah, well, I was wondering, Jay, I was honestly wondering if you were gonna met it wasn't GTG because you thought maybe gsk8 did it after getting the wallet.
well, I thought
So
my thought process was that I wanted to look behind strength 2 in GTG because if he left, like I figured he would be in go mode when he found that wallet. To be perfectly honest, well, not go mode, but he would just go straight Jabu. So
Yeah. Yeah, I still had to do my skulls. So you had 50 skulls way before me, I guess. So for me, it was kind of awkward to farm the last few skulls because I stopped at 30. I mean, I grabbed a few on my way, but I think I had 34. So that was kind of slow at that point for me.
I mean, so you got the hint. You did Ganons, and you just had to go farm skulls.
Yeah, well, I did all the trials first, and then I was like, yeah, okay, I need the skulls.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, if 50 was the second strength, I probably was fine, but it wasn't. So oh
Yeah.
well.
That's random for you. Unfortunately for Jay, and fortunately for gsk8.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to face Juke anyways. You can have fun with that.
That was gonna be my next question. What do you think about your opponents?
Jesus.
Well, but sorry, Juke and they haven't played, but Juke is
Uh,
obviously the favorite. So
Duke is busy with OMS.
oh.
Maybe he's going to lose.
yeah, so you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
No, I mean, whoever I play, it's fine. Going into this tournament, I didn't even know if I was going to make it since I didn't have time to do any seeds other than qual. So just take what I can get.
Fair.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah, GG's guys. Oh man.
Well, if you don't have any more question, I think I'm going to go because it's 1 a.m. here.
Yeah,
And,
it's a little
yeah.
late.
Oh yeah,
for you.
no, fair enough.
Thank you for letting us watch this very
Yeah.
trashy seed. I appreciate
Well,
it.
thank you for the commentary.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye.
Yep. Bye.
Later. All right.
Okay. With that, I think I'll start wrapping things up for this restream. First, I'd like to thank our runners again, Jaybone and gsk8. I keep saying that wrong. I think it's just gsk8. Whatever.
Cheesecake.
Yes.
Cheesecake. Yes, dessert. Thank you so much to both of them. None of them are out of the tournament yet, so thank you for paying out the prediction, someone. Yes. Thank you to our commentators today, Sea Falcon, also known as Bobby, and Splits Happen. And thank you to our trackers, Lazy and Bella. We have a ton more Season 6 coming up. Thank you, Star, for putting in the command. Make sure you check out that schedule for all of the races coming up. There's a ton going on tomorrow as well. On ZSR tomorrow, we will be having Goomba versus Challenswa. That will be at 9 a.m. Eastern. And we will also have Juke versus Morso Lion. That will be at 3 p.m. Eastern. So definitely check those out tomorrow here at ZSR. Yes. In the meantime, we are going to be raiding over to the Silver Gauntlets, who are hosting the Challenge Cup this year. So that's the top 128 runners. Yeah, and they're hosting a match that's starting in about 3 minutes. So that should be fun. Yeah. I hope I will see you at the next restream, and I hope you enjoy the Silver Gauntlets race. Thank you, everyone.